On the Falcons Audio Network, Coalinga College football is on the air.
Pressure, goes right, breaks one tackle. Johnson directing traffic, throws in the right corner. It's caught!
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Marcus Ruiz in the right corner. Touchdown, Coalinga College.
Falcons football is brought to you by Rad Studios and Billingsley Tire. Kickoff is right around the corner. Now at the call of the game, here's Brian Welch. It is a sunsplash Saturday afternoon in Stockton, California. Coalinga College taking on San Joaquin Delta College at the Lawrence A. D. Rico Athletic Field. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch, the Falcons IU Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. And welcome to beautiful Stockton, California. The Coalinga College Falcons 0-2 overall in this 2025 season. Last week falling to Los Medanos College 41-20 in the East Bay in Pittsburgh. The Falcons last week offensively turned the ball over not once but 4 times. Had to punt the ball twice, so the Falcons will try to tidy that up today in the Delta City. Last week, the Falcons offense scored not once but 3 times, all to 3 players from the San Diego area. That's correct. Justin Delzite connected with David Dunn, Demarion Wright, and Khalif Bloom, where they all played high school football in the San Diego area. The Falcons defense last week gave up big plays from the Mustangs of Los Medanos College, but right now this Falcon squad defensively has grown as a team. We talked about last week with head coach Justin Berna that this team trying to improve from week 1 to week 2. There was some improvements from last week's loss against Los Medanos College, but right now the Falcons still have a big goose egg in that win column, 0-2 on this 2025 season. Falcons try to get themselves into the win column for the first time in 2025 against the Delta College Mustangs. They are 1-1 overall on this 2025 season. Last week taking down Hartnell College in a big blowout win, 44-14 last week in the friendly confines of the Lawrence A. D. Rico Athletic Field. As this is a Delta College squad that struggled against one of the best teams in our conference, the De Anza Mountain Lions, in week 1, falling by a score of 21-2. That's correct. Delta College is a team you got to watch out for. They have a great quarterback. They have that dual threat quarterback and a lot of speed. They are led by Uday Magatha, the 5'11 sophomore that grew up in Portland, attended De La Salle, not the De La Salle up the road in the Bay Area, but attended De La Salle up in the Portland area. Former Knight has been having some fun so far for Delta College, has had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, but Delta College is going to rely on their freshman from Stockton, a guy who went to high school at Chavez. Trevin Spivey has had 8 catches for 164 yards so far, and he is one of the best receivers to watch out for Delta College. Delta College defensively has had their moments so far throughout this whole entire season, but watch out for Brody Nail, the 6'2 freshman from Ripon. Former Indiana Ripon High has had some good tackles so far in this 2025 season, but this is a Delta College squad that has the speed, has the agility, and right now the Falcons are the underdog in Stockton, California. I'd like to welcome you to the Falcons pregame show where I was able to sit down with our Falcon of the Week, the guy who scored one of those touchdowns last week up in Pittsburgh, the former Tiger of Morse High School, Khalif Bloom, plus we have our one-on-one conversation with head coach Justin Berna. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Northern California, the upper part of the San Joaquin Valley. Glacier blue skies overhead, not a cloud in sight. Artificial turf here at Delta College, and this is a really beautiful facility and a great press box. Kind of reminds me of a house. I will send you a couple pictures on social media to describe it. Words cannot describe this press box. This press box kind of reminds me of an NAIA press box or even a D2 press box. Overall, it is very nice in Stockton, California. Those 2 conversations with Khalif Bloom and as well as our one-on-one conversation with head coach Justin Berna is right around the corner. Stay tuned. It's a beautiful afternoon for football in Stockton. It's Delta College, it's Coalinga College, and it's all coming up next on the Falcons Audio Network. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Well, back to the Falcons pregame show. This is our Falcon of the Week. Get to hear from the young man who went to Morse High School in San Diego, Khalif Bloom. Khalif, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing well, my friend. Hey, you've had a great start to 2025. You got into the end zone last week against Coalinga College in Pittsburgh, but you're one of the older guys on this team. What's it been like being a part of this 2025 Coalinga College squad?
It feels good because the freshmen, they're looking up to the bigger people, so I have to step up and be that leader where I have to, okay, if you doing this wrong, doing this play wrong, then, I'm going to help you. I'm not going to be harsh on you just because you don't know the plays.
And we were talking about this before we hit the record button. Yourself, Demarion Wright, and David Dunn all scoring all the touchdowns last week against LMC. The San Diego trifecta. What was that like when you saw one of your old high school teammates, now your college teammate, and Demarion Wright, and the guy that also grew up in San Diego, and David Dunn score all the touchdowns last week for the Falcons?
Playing with Demarion, I've been playing with him since all 4 years of high school, so it's not surprising seeing him score them touchdowns because, I've been seeing him since high school. David, me and him been rivals. High school rivals, so it's actually funny that we're on the same team, and now we're scoring with each other, so it's a blessing.
So when you were at Morse High School, did you ever play DB?
Yes, I did. I played corner.
So I guess you must have had a lock up on David Dunn a couple of times, I would bet, right?
Luckily, I was hurt when I played him. I didn't really get to show playing against him, but it's just a blessing to play with my friends from San Diego.
And you are an older player. We are talking with Khalif Bloom. He is our Falcon of the Week. And you have that second year of experience being this leader for this squad. And you talked about a little bit teaching the younger players the ways of this offense and the ways of how to be a Coalinga College Falcon. But what did last year teach you to be the 2025 Khalif Bloom?
Oh, wait, can you say that one more time?
Well, your goal. So, what did you learn from last year's season to make you the best version of yourself in 2025?
Last year, first I came in as a running back, and I had to step up as a receiver. And I never played receiver. I've played running back my whole life. So what I had to do, hold on, I'm nervous.
You're good. You keep going.
Ooh. It was. Hold on. I'm my bad. Can't reset that.
You're good. You got it. Come on.
What was the question about?
We were talking about you were a running back. Mm-hmm. You were a running back and you became a receiver. What was that? You were getting that transition.
Okay. So that transition, it was a pretty tough transition because I never played receiver before. So I had to stay locked in this last summer. It's going on to this season. That's being a receiver, doing the mechanics, getting that right, just so I could be more confident for this season.
And you talked about you being a running back. What are those mechanics you had to work on from being a running back to being a receiver?
I had to learn how to break off at a certain speed, and I learned that you don't always have to run full speed as a receiver. It's just very mechanical. Catching the ball, I learned different skills of catching the ball. You have to look it in all the way, and it's a lot of things. But I got told when you have the ball in your hands, you turn into a running back. So I kind of took that I took that with me, and I just went on with it.
And if you being a running back at Morris High, I guess you and Demarion, would you say who's the faster running back? Is that any question?
I say me. That's not a question. I think it's me. I'll get that to me.
And you grew up in San Diego, and you went to Morris High School. What was that like, being a Morris Tiger?
Being a Morris Tiger, that area, it's hard to live in that area, but it's a culture. It's a good culture. You'll keep the good friends. You might run into some, but some setbacks, but you can't let that control you. You can't let that mess up your dreams. I just have to pray to God, keep going, keep my head down and grinding, and just make my family proud.
That's well said, my friend. All right, you've been in Coalinga for 2 years. Where's the go-to spot to eat in Collins Station A?
I gotta see who wants me. Whoever 4-year wants me. Hopefully it's a Division I school. That's my goal for this year. So yeah, I just have to keep going, keep my grades up.
Well, that's good to hear. But when you want to eat somewhere, like fast food, are you a pizza guy? Where do you want to eat at when you're in Coalinga?
I say I'm not really a fast food guy. I don't really eat fast food like that or eat out. But I would say that pizza spot, what's it called?
Fatties?
The Fatties, yeah. I'll eat there. I like that place.
All right, we are talking with Khalif Bloom. He's our Falcon of the week, and I know that it's not the best start to 2025. I know this team's 0-2, but what's that message right now to the younger guys to keep their head up, to keep going, to get that first one, try and get that first win tomorrow?
We just got to work as a team, stay hyped, keep the energy on the sideline, and just compete. And I feel like we'll be able to get our first win this week, and it should be a good year.
I know that your family listens to every broadcast back in San Diego. You want to give a shout out to them?
Yeah, shout out to my mom, my pops, grandpops, Nana, all you guys. Love you guys. Kyra, Kalia, my brother and sister, all my homies back at home. Love y'all. I'm doing it for you guys.
Well, that's good to hear, my friend. Khalif, thank you so much for hopping on the Falcons pregame show, and good luck out there in Stockton on Saturday, all right?
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Welcome back to the Falcons pregame show. This is our one-on-one conversation with head coach Justin Berna. Coach, how are you? Another week of football.
Good, Brian. Thank you very much.
Coach, we talked about this last week with our one-on-one conversation, talking about the improvement from week 1 to week 2. There was some improvement Saturday in Pittsburgh against Los Angeles College, but it was a 41-20 loss against the Mustangs. What did you see out there on the field?
Well, like you said, we improved in certain aspects, but as a group, we're still a lot of growing pains is what I would kind of say is where we've got to clean up some major mistakes, critical errors, right? We gave up big plays on defense, turn the ball over on offense, and you can't win like that, even though it was close until the third quarter, and then we kind of got blew it open a little bit there with a couple turnovers. But we can't give up the big plays on defense, can't turn the ball over on offense, and that's it. That's in a nutshell. And so we moved the ball well offensively. We got some great stops on defense at times, but overall it was not good enough to win. And then at the end, we made a couple of critical errors to put ourselves away.
And the offense did have its moments. I would say the San Diego trifecta looked really good. David Dunn got a touchdown. Demarion Wright got a touchdown. Khalif Bloom got a touchdown. And that was the offense, but it felt like there was that missing piece that was missing on Saturday offensively.
Yeah, and I think it was just consistency, right, where we'd have a big play, and then we had a drive where we missed a field goal. Another drive, once we got down, we went for it on fourth down and should have probably kicked the field goal, but we were down at that point. So we had some drives, but I think, when you're 3 of 6 in the red zone, there's 20 points maybe out there, another 9 out there, and if you score those points, it changes their mentality on the other side of the field. But we didn't finish well in the red zone. We're 3 out of 6 in the red zone, and that can't happen.
And the Falcons are back on the road this week, taking on Delta College in Stockton. It's going to be a really big matchup. Delta College 1-1 on the season. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But the defense had its moments throughout the whole entire game against LMC. But there was the big plays that hurt you defensively.
Yeah, we played solid overall, but it was a big run on the opening drive. It got us. And then 2 big pass plays that got us. And that was really it. The 3 big plays, you take those away, that's 21 points. If we can make them drive the ball more, but we gave up 3 big plays, and that really hurt us. And it's like a turnover on offense, right? And then we had the 3 big turnovers on offense, 2 in the red zone. And you don't win like that. You don't win games like that, even though you might look good on the stat sheet. If you look at the stats, it looks great, but that's not turnovers and big plays. That's what we lost on.
And we've been talking about this off air and before we hit the record, but this is a young team. You look at what this team has done the last couple of weeks. Struggled against Feather River, struggled against LMC, but there was moments. What's that message to your guys right now to keep your head up high? We're only in week 3. It's not like we're in week 8 right now.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is we know our non-conference is not going to be easy. There is no team walking in that we're going to just walk right over. As a coach, you never want to say that, but we knew it was going to be a challenge every week going into before conference play. I think it's going to prepare us for conference play, but we've got to understand that we've got to get better every week and just keep chopping wood and moving forward because it's going to be a long season ahead, and we still have chances. There's a lot at the end of the tunnel, but it's just going to be, do we keep going forward?
All right, Coach, talk about your opponent. It is Delta College, 1-1 on the season. They beat up on Hartnell last week at home in Stockton. They have a good quarterback in Magatha. What do you expect from Delta College this week?
I think the same as last week. I think they have a plan each week for each opponent. I think they're going to try to run the ball at us defensively and run screens and play actions off of it. And I think defensively, I think they're going to try to play us in a one-high look and put 6 in the box. Try to shut down the run game a little bit and just try to make you throw timing type throws where you got to throw stuff in intermediate range and where it's difficult. And that's what they're going to plan is going to be is just, play that way and force you to have long drives offensively. And then defensively, can you stop the run and then the play actions and the screens off of that if we're starting to pack the box ourselves to try to stop their run.
And especially when you turn on the film on Delta College, you definitely know the speed, especially with the receivers of Trevin Spivey, about what is that message to the defense to make sure you contain the receivers in the secondary?
Well, I think it's just the same as last week. It's just we've got to make sure that we force them to take long drives. And just if we make a mistake, it's got to be a 10 or 15-yard mistake. It can't be a 30 or 40-yard mistake. I think that's what we've got to really learn about is when we make a mistake on the perimeter, there's no one behind you. There's no one to help. You make a mistake at D-line, hey, linebacker can cover you up. Make a mistake at linebacker, safety or corner can save you. But when we make a mistake there and we miss a line or we do the wrong read, we're in major trouble. There's no one behind us.
And this is another road game. You're going up to Stockton, another artificial turf. I know that's a little thing, but what's been that message to your team about going on another artificial turf this week?
Actually, our guys love it. Only guy that didn't was Ernesto, the kicker. But everyone else loved it. They love the turf. They think it's great. It's just going to be certain guys, right? Like a lot of times it's kickers, snappers, holders don't like it. But because they're not used to it every day. But the other guys love it. The skill guys love it. The linemen love it. They feel like the footing's even better than ever, and they enjoy it. So our guys will be excited to play.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. All right, Coach, I always ask you this question. You're probably getting me tired of me asking this question. I know we're only in week 3, but what are the keys to victory for your squad?
I think just moving forward, improving. Number one, can we continually get better each week? And this is we took a stride last week, and then can we take another stride this week? And can we match their intensity? I'm going to say that for the first time this year. Can we match them coming out, and they're going to be jumping up and down, yelling, it's home game. They coming off a win, a big win against one of our conference opponents. Can we match that intensity to the start of the game and then can carry it through and not just be the first quarter? Can we match that throughout the entire game? I think if we can do that, we'll be in good shape.
Coach, always a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck on Saturday and good luck and safe travels up to Stockton, all right?
Thank you, Brian. See you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. That is head coach Justin Berna. When we come right back after this, we have the starting lineup and the keys to victory. And, of course, kickoff. It's Delta College taking on your Coalinga College Falcons from the Port City in California. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network. Beautiful Saturday afternoon in Stockton, California, getting you ready for kickoff between Coalinga College and Delta College. My name is Brian Welch for the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon wherever you are watching or listening to Falcons football. And our good friend Dwayne Wright's listening back in San Diego, and this is the time to give you the starting lineup for both Delta College and Coalinga College. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Delta College offense. Quarterback is Ubday Magatha, the 5'11 sophomore from Portland, Oregon, has had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception so far. The running back that is going to be backing him up is Maurice Griffin Jr., the young man from Stockton, the former Eagle of McNair High. The receivers for the Mustangs, Andrew Johnson, Troy Davis, Trevin Spivey. We talked about him in the pregame show. John Hunter, Nico Mihanga, Kevin Wright, and Terrell Brown. Also, for the offensive line for Delta College, Michael Lattin, Ollie Martin, Stephen Holbo, Joshua Navarro, and Ajit Clare. Punting and kicking for the Mustangs, William Henderson and Alexander Hurley. We're about ready to bring you the national anthem. But until we do, let's give you the defense for Delta College. On the defensive line, Dwayne Dixon, Marquise Thomas Gray, Adrian Williamson, Linowitz Almahone, Antoine, I should say, and Demetrius Bolton. Linebackers for Delta College, Gabe Benton, Janarius Harris, Brody Nail, Trey Motor, Donald McMore, I should say, Donovan Silver, Brody Silvery, I should say, Michael Herrera, and Isro Abisco. The DBs for Delta College in the secondary, Ezekiel McGill, Dinero Burgess, Will Easter, I should say, Nair Williamson, Samuel Latier, Dante Harden, Tennis Mitchell, Darian Stroman, Justice Osis, McKay Fester, and Landon Lyons. About ready to bring you the national anthem in beautiful Stockton, California. Let's keep it going here for the starting lineup, but let's get you the national anthem right now, actually. As they are still waiting for the national anthem, we'll keep the starting lineups going. We'll give you that starting lineup for Coalinga College right now. But let's see. They are still figuring that out. Still a pause in the action at the moment, so they're still looking at the press box. And can give you that starting lineup for your Coalinga College Falcons, led by head coach Justin Berna. Quarterback is Justin Delzite. The running backs are Kamarian Albert, Demarion Wright, Tyrell Johnson, Tavares Allen. And the receivers for your Coalinga College Falcons, Khalif Bloom, Curtis Rogers, Drake Hughes, David Salas, AJ Magui, Marco Ruiz, David Dunn, Ryan Hack, Dalton Stefano, Jordan Ybarra, Evan Marino, Jawari Gomez, Desmond Armstrong, Jesus Vasquez, and Weston Terry. And I guess they're not going to give you the national anthem, I guess. Or they're still... We even hear the national anthem. Okay, then. So we're going to play football on this Saturday afternoon in beautiful Stockton. Let's give you that defense for your Coalinga College Falcons. On the defensive line for your Falcons, Elijah Jones, Brandon Hendricks, Abraham Sanchez, Malachi Williams, Elijah Liard, Kosargo Nakata, Kenan Amberson, DeMarco Johnson, Joshua Davidson, Dustin Garrett, and Deegan Spear. On the linebacking core for your Falcons, Nathaniel Stroud's going to be leading that Falcon squad, as well as Julian Zaragoza, plus also watch out for Gavin Brady and Eric Gallegos. In the secondary for Coalinga College is Amir Jones, Jason Reyna, Manny Valdez, Joseph Espinoza, Jackson Kissy, the young man from Oakhurst, California, the former Badger of Yosemite High, Andrew Thompson, Dylan Green, the young man from Fort Collins, had a big impact in last week's game against Los Donados College. David Ward, Isaac Ford, Blake Brown, Musha Sabaz, Damian Cortez, Jared Smith, Elijah Ivey, Akeem Scott, and plus watch out for Cola Coburn and Grayson Hicks. We don't even know if we can hear you can hear a siren in the distance, but we can't have the national anthem going on right now. So they were singing the national anthem. My apologies. So they're going to sing. They sung the national anthem, so we're going to get ready for football action. Didn't even hear that. My apologies. So we get ready to bring you the action in beautiful Stockton, California. It's a glacier blue Saturday afternoon in Northern California. And right now, getting you ready for kickoff. Coalinga College won the toss and elected to defer. So Delta College gets the ball to begin this Saturday afternoon contest. Talked about in the Falcons pregame show. It's an artificial turf at Delta College, one of the nicest facilities in the conference and for non-conference play. Delta and that Bronco at the 50-yard line. Mustangs on the north and the south side of the stadium. Pull up your favorite chair. Coalinga College football is on the air as Ernesto Villanueva is going to jog out with the kicking tee, getting ready to kick it off left to right on your screen. Back deep for Delta College is actually, we can't see who it is at the moment. It's actually Spivey. Spivey back deep for Delta College. It's a perfect Saturday afternoon. Coalinga College rocking the white uniforms, white helmets, white jerseys, blue pants. Delta College, the gold helmets, black pants, black jerseys, I should say, and the gray pants. Ernesto Villanueva has the ball on the tee, getting ready to swing his right leg onto the football, and we are underway from Stockton. Spivey takes that to 16, runs the 20 to the 25, still on his feet to the 30, still on his feet to the 35. Going to try to shake one defender away, and he's going to be finally brought down. Good tackling there by Blake Brown, and it's a hefty return for San Joaquin Delta College, and they are going to start at their own. Let's see who they're going to work it at their own 46, moving right to left. Talked about him in the pregame show. You heard about him from head coach Justin Berna for our one-on-one conversation. Uday Magatha, the young man from Portland, Oregon, leads the troops out for his first drive of the afternoon, moving right to left. 14:53 to play in the first quarter. One receiver on the near side, two on the far. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of MacGotha. Motions the man to the far side. Falcons are going to blitz four, throws it out, swings it out to the right side, completes. Trying to find the man, goes behind to the 45 to the 42. Mark it at the 43, and that's going to be a pickup there. First down and 10 after a gain of 12 on the play. On the completion there for San Joaquin Delta College was actually, we don't have his number. The numbers are very hard to read this afternoon. Nico Manjuni, the freshman from Lodi, the former Tiger Tokay High with the grab. First and 10 at the 42 of Coalinga College. Moving right to left, ball on the far mark. Two left, one right. MacGotha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side. MacGotha takes the handoff, rolls to his left, trying to find a hole in between the hashes, and he's going to be brought down past the 40 to the 38. Good tackling there by the Falcons defense on the bottom of that pile for the Falcons. Trying to see who that was. It was actually Julian Zaragoza, the freshman from RFK, and Delano picks up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 for Coalinga College. Actually, 2nd and 5, rather, at the 38. Delta College scored 44 points in last week's matchup against Hartnell College. They're going to say 2nd and 5 from the 38 of Coalinga. Ball on the near mark. One receiver on the near side, two on the far. Now MacGotha's going to work out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his left side. MacGotha takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Griffin Jr., finds a hole in between the tackles to the 35, and he's going to be brought down close to the first down marker. A whole host of Falcon tacklers there to greet him, and Nathaniel Stroud at the stop. And that's going to be close to the first down marker, but good tackling by Coalinga College to know their assignment. 13:08 to play, first quarter. No score between Delta College and Coalinga College. So MacGotha trying to keep this offense moving. They're going to say 3rd and 1 from the 33-yard line. They're going to do a Philly tush push. Up the gut he goes. MacGotha going to try to get the pile. Breaks free again, and he's going to get the first down on the second effort. Uday MacGotha using the tush push to his advantage, and the Mustangs of Delta College convert on 3rd down. Fresh new set of downs for Delta College. 1st and 10 from the Coalinga College 31, moving right to left on your screen. No score between the Mustangs and the Falcons. So right now, Coalinga College trying to slow down the running game. That was a struggle-some in that opening weekend against Feather River College. Falcons did a little bit better job last week, but they gave up the big plays. 1st and 10 from the 31 of Coalinga College is MacGotha swings out to that left side, completes it. John Hunter. John Hunter gets to the 25, and we get our first penalty marker of the afternoon. Gavin Brady on the stop for the Falcons, bringing them down as well. Dylan Green, the sophomore from Fort Collins, Colorado. Let's see what the penalty marker is about. Our first penalty marker of the afternoon. We are in the first, 12:10 to play, and let's see what the call will be from the head referee. A very nice facility on the campus of San Joaquin Delta College inside Lawrence A. DeRico Athletic Field. And here's the call. So a face mask on at Coalinga College is going to move it up. That's going to be an automatic first down for Delta College, moving right to left. Opening drive for the Mustangs. The Mustangs led by head coach Gary Barlow. The Mustangs right now trying to keep their offense moving on this opening drive. 12:10 to play in the first quarter. No score between Coalinga College and Delta College. They've entered that Billings Tire red zone, moving right to left. 1st and 10 from the 15 of Coalinga College. Ball on the near mark. They're going to say one receiver on the near side, two on the far. MacGotha's going to work under center now with Griffin Jr. in the backfield. Now he's going to be in the shotgun now. 1st and 10 from the 15 of Coalinga College. One left, two right. MacGotha takes a shotgun snap, plenty of time. MacGotha pressured, throws to the left side, completes it, gets to the 5, and he's going to get inside the 5-yard line. John Hunter with the grab. The 5'11", the 5'8" freshman from Stockton, the former Trojan of Lincoln High School, moves the sticks. That's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5. That's a gain of 12 on the play. 1st and goal from the 3 for San Joaquin Delta College. Mustangs right now trying to keep this offense moving. 11:40 to go in the first quarter. No score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Mustangs taking their sweet time on this opening possession. Not hurrying it up as much. MacGotha's going to work out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the left side. First and goal from the 3. Takes a shotgun snap. Hands it off to Griffin Jr. Trying to run his way in. Runs left, and he's in. Touchdown, Delta College. 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr. His second touchdown of 2025. The former Eagle of McNair High School gets the Mustangs of Delta College on the board first. So handling the PAT is William Henderson, the north end side of Delta College at the Lawrence A. DeRico Athletic Field. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is going to sneak through that right upright. And Delta College leads early, 7-0 against Coalinga College. We'll be back in 15 seconds, 11:30 to play in the first quarter. For more from Stockton, Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
11:30 to play from Stockton, California. 7-0 Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. It's a 3-yard touchdown run by Maurice Griffin Jr. to make it a 7-0 lead for the Mustangs of Delta College. My name is Brian Welch, the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in, wherever you may be watching or listening. Falcons defense struggling to slow down the run. Maurice Griffin Jr. finding a way to get into the end zone from 3 yards out. Makes it 7-0 Delta College, and right now the Falcons trying to have a big response on this Saturday afternoon. It's a glacier blue sky Saturday afternoon, not a cloud in sight. Azul skies overhead in the Delta City. Good crowd on hand to watch the Mustangs, and a good crowd on hand on the visitor sideline. You might see that on the screen if you're watching our simulcast. End over and kicked by Henderson. Taking it is Drake Hughes. Going to get to the 20, the 25 still on his feet. Actually, that's going to be Tavares Allen. Tyrell Johnson picks up a hefty return, and the Falcons set up shop at the 41 in their own territory. And that's a good run there by the Falcons. You definitely need that response. So 1st and 10 from their own 41. Talked about him in the pregame show. Justin Delzite leads the troops out. 3rd game as a starter for the Falcons. 0-2 so far in this 2025 season. The Falcons are going to go with 2 receivers on the near side. Marcus Ruiz and Curtis Rogers. Khalif Bloom and Demarion Wright in the backfield. Heard from Khalif as our Falcon of the week. 1 left, 2 right. Ball placed at the 41 on the far mark. 7-0 Delta College out in front. Khalif Bloom with the motion. Delzite claps his hands. Hands it off to Demarion Wright. Runs up the gut. Still bounces off a defender. He picks up a couple of yards on the play. Janarius Harris picks with the tackle. The freshman from Pearland. Brings them down. They're going to say 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 from the 42 of Coalinga College. Falcons right now trying to cook something up offensively. 11:03 in running in the first quarter. 1 left, 3 right. Actually, my apologies. They're going to go with an empty set now. Delzite out of the shotgun, moving left to right on your screen. Now motion to Demarion Wright back to his right side, moving left to right. 2nd and 9 from their own 42. Delzite with the shotgun snap, throws it to the left side, and it's going to be airmailed. Intended receiver was Khalif Bloom. On the coverage was Loyal Easter, the 5'8 freshman from Stockton. So a 3rd and 9 from the 42, and that has been a familiar sight so far this season for Coalinga College offensively. Being quickly on the 3rd down side, something that the Falcons do not want to be on in this early of the game. We are in the first quarter, 10:37 to play in the first. 7-0 Delta College out in front. Delzite works out of the shotgun, 1 left, 2 right. Khalif Bloom and Demarion Wright, the tailbacks in the backfield, kind of a pistol look. Now they're going to push him out to the wide. Empty set now. Delzite asks for the shotgun snap. Now going to try to scramble. Almost going to throw to the left side. That ball is going to be incomplete. Almost caught by Khalif Bloom. Delzite did not expect the snap, but he tried to threw it away, and that's going to be the first punt of the afternoon. And that's a disappointing drive for Coalinga College, and we are in the first quarter, 10:31 to play in the first, and that's the first punt for the Falcons. Falcons trying to, a little bit jittery on this Saturday afternoon. Nesto Villanueva ready to punt it away for the Falcons. Nestor receives the high snap, gets it away, booming spiral punt. Calling it for a fair catch of Spivey. That ball bounces at the 28 of Delta College, and that is where the Mustangs set up shop for their second possession of the afternoon. One possession and one touchdown so far for Delta College. It was a 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr., and that offense for Delta College looked really comfortable in their opening possession. The Falcons defense trying to tighten their belts in this first quarter. 10:22 to play in Stockton in the first quarter. So they're going to mark the ball at the 28, moving right to left on your screen. Perfect Saturday afternoon, not a cloud in sight. Now we get a little bit of the PA. So the Mustangs lead out their offense once again. Uday Magatha having fun so far on this Saturday afternoon. Griffin Jr., 1 touchdown so far. Falcons line up a 4 down lineman for this one. 1st and 10 from their own 28, moving right to left. A late addition now for Delta College, as the receiver John Hunter had a couple of grabs on that opening possession. 1st and 10 for their own 28, moving right to left. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Maurice Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the left side. Magatha going to keep it himself, runs to the 30, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, shakes another one, and he gets to the 33, so he picks up a couple on the play. Picks up 5 on the play, halfway to go for Delta College, bringing them down with the Falcons. Whole host of tacklers. Kevin Brady on the stop. So 2nd and 5 from the 33 of Delta College, moving right to left on your screen. 7-0 Mustangs out in front. Ball in the middle of the marks, moving right to left. Clock moving. 9:44 and counting in the first. 7-0 Delta College out in front. 1 left, 2 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the left of Magatha, moving right to left. Motions the man to the near side. Takes a high shotgun snap, hands it off to Griffin Jr. A great play there by the Falcons to bring him down. Great tackling there on the tackle for the Falcons. Kazuzo Nakata, the 5'8 freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida, read that play well, brings him back for a 3-yard loss. And it brings up a 3rd and 8 for Delta College at their own 30. A pivotal 3rd down for the Falcons defense, trying to get themselves off the field and try to force a punt from Delta College. Falcons defense read that play really well. 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Delta College out in front against Coalinga College on this Saturday afternoon. Magatha works out of the shotgun. 2 twin receivers either side. Magatha works out of the shotgun, takes a shotgun snap. Plenty of time. While keeping himself, trying to run for the 1st down, but he's going to be quickly met by the Falcons defense. Great tackling. Christian Constant with the stop, the freshman from Jacksonville. And it's going to bring up a 4th down for Delta College at the 35 in their own territory. And for the first time this afternoon, Delta College is forced to punt in Stockton. And you like that if you are Coalinga College defensively, tightening their belts. Really good improvement last week and even better improvement this week. Give it that opening score, but the Falcons force the punt to see what the offense can do in this quarter. So they're going to say officially 4th and 3, I should say, from their own 35. Punting the ball away is Alexander Hurley, back deep for the Falcons. Hurley sends it away, booming kick. Tyrell Johnson's going to let that one bounce. Delta College takes the roll. The ball's on the carpet. Falcons trying to get the ball back. And the Falcons fall on their grenade there. So 1st and 10 for Coalinga College, moving left to right on your screen. They are going to put the ball at their own 30. And this has been a very interesting one so far. The Falcons in their first possession had a 3 and out. Now trailing 7-0 against Delta College. First drive did not go as planned for Coalinga College. 7:49 to play in the first quarter. They're going to put the ball officially at the 31, moving left to right. Now, Delzite works with 2 running backs in the backfield, Khalif Bloom and Marion Wright. 1 left, 2 right. Ball on the far mark, moving left to right on your screen. 7-0 Delta College out in front. Khalif Bloom for the motion. Delzite with the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Demarion Wright. Runs left, trying to find his way to the 30. And he's going to be brought down from behind with the tackle for San Joaquin Delta College. On the far side, Logan Easter, the 5'8 freshman from Stockton, picks up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 from the 35 of Coalinga College. 7:26 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 Delta College out in front. And right now the Falcon squad offensively trying to get their first down on this drive. 2 left, 3 right. Empty set now for Justin Delzite. Head coach Justin Berna runs the offense as being the head coach. It's the OC. 2 left, 3 right. Ball at the 35 of Coalinga College. Delzite claps his hands once, takes the shotgun snap, throws to the left side, completes it to David Dunn, and he's quickly met by Gennaro Bergeres, the 6'6 sophomore from Tracy, the former Bulldog of Tracy High, and he pushes him back behind the line of scrimmage, but they're going to give him forward progress, barely a yard on the play. So it's 3rd and 5 for the Falcons, and the Falcons right now trying to cook something up offensively. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. They're going to put the ball at the 37 of Coalinga College, moving left to right on your screen. The Falcons looking for their first down on this Saturday afternoon. And a pivotal 3rd down. The defense just forced a 3 and out. You got to cash that in if you're the offense. 1 left, 3 right. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Marion Wright, the tail back to the right side, takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff as Delzite. Delzite pressured. Delzite keeps it. Delzite going to try to get his way to the 1st down, and Justin Delzite moves the sticks for the Falcons. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. The young man from Henderson, Nevada, showing off his speed, and that's the first down of the afternoon for Coalinga College. 6:05 to play in the first quarter. So the Falcons right now offensively starting to build some momentum right now on the second possession. 1st and 10 from their own 42, moving the ball left to right. Ball on the far mark, 1 left, 3 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to Demarion Wright, runs in between the tackles, still on his feet, and he picks 2 yards on the play, and he gets a couple of yards. Bringing him down for Delta College was actually Maurice Thomas Gray, the 5'9 sophomore from Stockton. 2nd and 8 for Coalinga College at their own 44-yard line. Falcons right now trying to capitalize. 7-0 Delta College out in front. We are in the first quarter, 5:12 and running. 2 left, 2 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the left of Justin Delzite, moving left to right on your screen. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to Demarion Wright, finds a hole in between the tackle, still on his feet, and he gets to the midfield, bringing him down. Ezekiel McGill, the 5'10 sophomore from Dallas. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from their own 49, moving left to right. Ball on the near mark on the L of Delta College. At midfield, a very serious-looking Bronco at midfield for the logo. Falcons are 1 for 1 so far on 3rd downs on this drive right now. The Falcons looking to pull another rabbit out of the hat. 3 left, 1 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the right side of Justin Delzite. 3rd and 3 from their own 49. Delzite with a shotgun snap, throws right side, and that's going to be incomplete. And it slips out of the fingers of Demarion Wright, and that's going to bring up 4th down for Coalinga. And the Falcons are going to have to go back to the punting unit once again. And you had some good moments on that drive, but it results in another 3 and out. So the second 3 and out of the afternoon for Coalinga College. 4:17 to play in the first quarter. And that's just frustrating. If you are the Falcons offensively, you convert on 3rd down, you use the legs of Justin Delzite. But the Falcons right now, a little bit antsy in Stockton. Nesto. Astronaut going to wave it back, ready to punt the ball away. Ernesto ready to punt it away, gets it away with his right leg. Good spiral punt. Spivey going to go back, bounces at the 20, bounces the 21, and the Falcons fall on it at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Delta College, their 3rd possession of the afternoon. Moving right to left on your screen, and they're going to put the ball at the 20. So last time out for Delta College was a 3 and out. They're 1 for 2 so far on drives. Their first drive of the afternoon, a 3-yard touchdown run by Maurice Griffin Jr. And Now this has been a very interesting one so far. Delta College leading the troops out once again. Uday Magatha leads the offense out once again, moving right to left. Ball on the 20, moving on that far mark. 4:07 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Delta College out in front against Coalinga College. So 1st and 10 from their own 20, moving right to left. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Griffin Jr., the tailback off to the right side, takes the high snap as Magatha hands it off to Griffin Jr. Needs to be brought down from behind. Great tackling there. Kristen Constant with the stop. And that's going to be a loss, and that's going to be a penalty marker on the field, says our spotter Richard Welch. And I think that might be a horse collar. Let's see what the official wording is from the head referee. Still deliberating. Now we'll get to hear the official wording from the head referee. Here's the call. So they're going to wave the flag off. So they're going to say no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from their own 20, moving right to left. Ball near on that near mark. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right side. 3:50 and running in the first quarter. Magatha now it sees what the defense is going to offer. 4 down linemen for the Falcons, 3 linebackers, and 4 DBs in that backfield right now. Takes a shotgun snap as Magatha pump fakes, looks to the left, now pressured, plenty of time, throws it to the left side, caught by Speedy to the 20, lowers the shoulder, but he's going to be met by a whole host of Falcons tacklers. Jaden Fugent, the 6'2 sophomore from Denton, Texas, meets him there, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8, actually 3rd and 8 rather. 3:17 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 Delta College out in front. So 3rd and 8 from their own 22, moving right to left on your screen. Delta College last time out in their drive had a 3 and out. Falcons defense trying to keep this game going right now in the first quarter. Starting to see some of the fall colors off in the distance on the campus of San Joaquin Delta College. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side. Takes a shotgun snap as Magatha. Magatha, plenty of time, airs it out down the field. That ball is caught. John Hunter, 20, 10, 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Delta. Wow. 78-yard strike to John Hunter, the freshman from Lincoln High. Makes it a 13-0 lead for Delta. So William Henderson handles the point after for Delta College. We are going to take a commercial break after this PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is going to split the uprights, and it's a 14-0 lead for Delta College. We'll step aside. 2:33 to play in the first quarter. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality.
14-0 Delta College out in front against Coalinga College. It was a 78-yard touchdown throw by Uday Magatha to John Hunter. 14-0 Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network from Stockton, California. Glad to be part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. And the Falcons defense giving up the big play already in this first quarter. 14-0 Delta College out in front. A passing touchdown by Uday Magatha, making it his 3rd touchdown of 2025. And right now, this Falcons squad is now in a 14-0 hole. Henderson ready to kick it away for Delta College. Back deep for the Falcons. Tyrell Johnson, and as well as Drake Hughes. Henderson getting ready to kicking it off right to left on your screen on this Saturday afternoon. 2:33 to play in the first quarter. End over end kick. Tyrell Johnson's going to take it. Runs to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Still on his feet to the 25. Still going to the 30-yard line. Penalty marker flies out at the 35. Still going. And now penalty markers are all over the place. Couple of helmets lost in the kickoff. Let's see what the penalty marker is going to be. A little bit of extracurriculars going on after the play. A couple of Mustangs lost their helmet in the process. 2 penalty markers on the field at the 28 and at the 33. Let's see what the penalty marker is going to be. 14-0 Delta College out in front. 2:25 to play in the first quarter. And right now the Falcons see where they're going to spot this ball at. They officially had the ball at their own 37. Let's see the official ruling from the head referee. No ref mic today, so I'll give you the interpretation. So it's a penalty marker on the return team. So holding call, so that's going to back up the Falcons even more. And that's not the way you want to start off this drive for the Coalinga College Falcons. The Falcons in that last drive found a way to strike with the irons hot, so they're going to officially put the ball at the 20. First time the Falcons have started at their own 20 on this Saturday afternoon, moving left to right. 14-0 Delta College out in front against Coalinga College. 2 drives and 2 punts right now for the Falcons offense. Justin Delzite has had a strugglesome Saturday afternoon right now. The young man from Henderson, Nevada, trying to turn it around. They are going to go with 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Demarion on the right, the tailback off to the right side. Delzite moving the ball left to right. Late going in the first quarter, 2:25 to play. 1st and 10 from their own 20, ball on the far mark. Bloom on the jet sweep, runs to the right side. Khalif Bloom with some movement. And Ezekiel McGill meets up with them, picks up a couple on the play. They're going to say officially 3. 2nd and 7 for Coalinga College. Falcons going into their bag of tricks early in the first quarter. That jet sweep by Khalif Bloom, that could have been a much bigger play, but right now the Falcons saying, hey, we got to keep going. You got to pick up first downs before you can get touchdowns. I know Lou Holtz said that way back in the day. So 2nd and 7 for Coalinga College, moving left to right. We've reached the under 2-minute mark. 1:51 and counting in the first quarter. 3 left, 1 right. Demarion right, the tailback off to the left side of Delzite. 2nd and 7 from their own 23. Delzite with the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff to right, rolls to his left, throws to the left side, complete to Khalif Bloom. Khalif Bloom going to try and keep going, and he picks up some good yardage. And you like this movement right now by the Falcons offense on the tackle for Delta College. Was actually Donald McMore, Elmore, 5'10 freshman from Hayward. Tennyson, 3rd and 4. So 3rd and 4 from the 27 of Coalinga College. 2 left, 3 right. Empty set now for Justin Delzite. Falcons in a 14-0 hole. Now he asked Demarion Wright to be the tailback in the backfield of Delzite. Delzite with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Demarion Wright, finds a hole in between the tackles using the defenders, and that's going to be close to the first down marker. There is some dirty laundry on the field. But with the penalties against Delta College, that's a first down. But let's see what the call is going to be. Let's hear from the head referee once again. And it's a holding call on Coalinga College, and that's going to be backing the Falcons up, and that is very disappointing for the Falcons. That's going to back them up 10 yards on the play. So instead of a 3rd and manageable, it's now 3rd and 12 from the 18, moving left to right, late going in the first quarter. 54 seconds to play from Stockton in the first. Falcons moving the ball left to right on your screen. Still looking for their first score of this afternoon. 14-0 Delta College out in front. 1 left, 2 right. Marion Wright and Khalif Bloom were once in the backfield. Now will line up as receivers. Empty set now. 3rd and 12 from their own 18. Delzite claps his hands once, takes a shotgun snap, plenty of time, rushed out to the right side, throws to the right side, complete to Curtis Rogers, close to the first down marker, and that is going to be a first down. What a grab there, 13-yard grab for Curtis Rogers, the 5'8 sophomore from Tampa, and the Falcons convert on a 3rd down. What a grab there for Curtis Rogers. Falcons offense right now starting to build something. Going to say 1st and 10 from their own 31, and now that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. And we have played one in Stockton. It's Delta College out in front, 14-0 against your Coalinga College Falcons. More after this from the Delta City Falcons football on the Falcons All You Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon for football in Stockton, California. 14-0 Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network. Our camera guy today is Richard Welch. Falcons moving the ball, and the last part of that first quarter, they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 31, moving right to left on your screen. Falcons trying to crack into the scoreboard on this Saturday afternoon. 2 touchdowns scored by Delta College. Delta College got on the board of their opening drive of a 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr., then a 78-yard strike to Uday Magatha to John Hunter. Falcons work with an empty set, 3 left, 2 right now. 2 left, 2 right now. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the left side of Delzite. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Demarion Wright. Runs left, trying to find his way. Going to get himself to the 35. Pushes his way to the 27. Good pick up there. Picks up 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 for Coalinga College. On the tackle for Delta College, Trey Montour, the 5'11 sophomore from Tracy, the former Bulldog, or Tracy High with the stop for Delta College. Falcons right now trying to cook something up offensively, looking for their first score on the Saturday afternoon. 1 left, 3 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite, moving right to left. 2nd and 4 from their own 37. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to Demarion Wright, runs left to the 40, gets the first down and more, stiff arms a man, and Demarion Wright, and the ball squirted out late, but he was down on contact, but that's going to be a first down for Coalinga College, and the Falcons offense starting to figure this out right now in Stockton. So he picks up 10 on the play, good running there by Demarion Wright. Falcons right now trying to cook something up, 1 left, 3 right, they're going to line up at the 47. In their own territory, ball in the near mark, takes a shotgun snap as Delzite hands it off to Demarion Wright again. Demarion still pushing forward, pass midfield to the 45, still going for it, and the rugby scrums going to get him a first down. Demarion Wright picks up 13 on the play, and finally at the end of that pile for Delta College, Denaro Bergres. And right now the Falcons are inching closer and closer to that Billingsley Tire red zone early going to the second quarter. 13:48 to play in the first half. 14-0 Delta College out in front. We've talked about this before. Demarion Wright has had those flashes of brilliance so far this season, but it's been the Demarion Wright show so far on this drive. 1 left, 3 right. New running back checked in for the Falcons. That's Canarian Albert. He's to the right side of Delzite. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Albert. Albert up the gut to the 35, gets to the 33. Good pickup there. Picks up 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 on the tackle for Delta College. Marius Bolton, the 6'4 sophomore from Stockton, the former Trojan of Lincoln High, with the tackle for Delta College. Albert stays in as the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. 1 left, 3 right. 2nd and 7 from their own, the 33 at Delta College. Rolls to his right as Delzite. Delzite throws to the right side, completes it to Khalif Bloom. Khalif Bloom trying to shake one defender, gets the first down and more, and Khalif Bloom picks up the first down, putting a man on skates. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College, and the Falcons sideline is going ballistic in Stockton. A highlight reel play by Khalif Bloom, our Falcon of the week, and the Falcons right now are inching closer and closer to that Billingsley Tire red zone. 12:35 and counting in the first half. 14-0 Delta College out in front. 1st and 10 from the 25 of the Mustangs, moving right to left, and the Falcons right now trying to get themselves on the board. 3 left, 1 right. Albert the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. A ball on the far mark. Claps his hands and a whistle before the snap. Let's see what the call is going to be here. And a timeout taken by Delta College, their first one of the afternoon. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 15 seconds. Falcons driving down the field. A 14-0 Delta College out in front. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon for football in Stockton, California. 14-0 Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network. Coalinga College putting a drive together. They're going to put it 1st and 10 at the Delta College 25, moving it right to left on your screen. And the running game has been the focal point so far on this drive. Demarion Wright bulldozing Mustang defenders all over the place. So 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, moving right to left. Falcons are going to go with 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far. Delzite works out of the shotgun with Kamarian Albert off to his left side. Takes a shotgun snap, throws it to the right side, and nobody home in the area code. And a receiver was Khalif Bloom. A little bit of a miscommunication there. 2nd and 10 for Coalinga College at the Mustang 25. 12-14 to play in the first half. 14-0 Delta College out in front. And the first 2 drives for the Falcons ended in 3 and outs. Trying to change that now once again. Middle part of Mustang territory. 2 left, 2 right. 2nd and 10 for the 25. Kamarian Albert, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite. Justin claps his hands, wants to see what the defense is showing. The bowler from Vegas trying to capitalize, trying to get a strike now. Albert the motion, takes a shotgun snap as Justin. Justin throws right side, wide open grab. That's going to be hauled in. Touchdown, Coalinga College. It was a wide open Marcos Ruiz, and the Falcons get on the board in the first half with 12:08 to play in the second quarter. A 25-yard strike to the Rough Rider of Roosevelt High. That was correct. It was Marcos Ruiz with the grab. And the extra point is good, and it's a 14-7 lead for Delta College. 12:08 to play in the first half. We'll step aside. We're back in 15 seconds. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Change of events in Stockton. It's a 14-7 lead for your 14-7 lead for Delta College, I should say. Falcons get on the board with a 25-yard strike from Justin Delzite to Marcos Ruiz, and the Falcons right now finding ways to make this a close one. 7-point lead for the Mustangs of Delta College on this Saturday afternoon. Brian Welch back with you. 12:08 to play in the first half. Falcons right now finding a way to keep the offense moving. They capitalized in the late part of the first half, moving the ball with the running game, courtesy of Demarion Wright. Nesto Villanueva swings his right leg in the football. Line drive, end over, and kick. That's going to be taken by Spivey. Spivey runs to the 10 to the 15 to the 20, still on his feet to the 25. Runs his way to the 30, still on his feet to the 35. Finally going to be brought down to the ground. And good tackling there by the Falcons defense. That's going to be at the 43, so Delta College begins their 4th possession of the afternoon, moving left to right on your screen. Good tackling there by all the Falcons. So 1st and 10 for Delta College, moving left to right. Ball will be at their own 44. Under 12 to play in the first half. 14-7 Delta College out in front in this first half. Uday Magatha leads the troops out once again for their fourth possession. One receiver on the far side, two on the near. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to him. Runs left over the 45. Bulldozes the defender at the 50, and he gets to the 48 of Coalinga College. And he gets it brought down by a whole host of tacklers, bringing him down. Nakata with the stop for the Falcons. Gets to the 48 of Coalinga College, so good pickup there. So pickup of 7 on the play. Actually, my apologies, 8. I'm going to say 2nd and 2 from the 48 of Coalinga College. Delta College has found ways to strike with the irons hot tonight, but they've had to punt the ball a couple of times. Or had to punt the ball once, but a 78-yard strike. John Hunter makes it a 14, but the ball gets away from Magatha. Magatha on the snap's going to have to fall on the grenade at their own 35, so the defensive line for Coalinga College making everybody nervous. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and a whole lot of yards. We're going to say 3rd and 17, 10:52 and counting in the first half, 14-7. Delta College out in front against Coalinga College. 2 left, 2 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side. Actually going to say Magatha was barking some orders now. He's going to be in the shotgun now. 2 left, 2 right. Takes a shotgun snap as Magatha. Plenty of time. Pressured. Throws left side. And that's going to be caught past the original line of scrimmage. And good tackling by the Falcons. Andrew Thompson with the tackle. Bringing him with the catch was John Hunter. Penalty marker flies in. And let's see what the call might be. It might be a holding call where the penalty marker was at behind the line of scrimmage. Referees conveying now. Let's see what the call is going to be from the head referee. A very flag-happy first half at Stockton. 14-7, Delta out in front against Coalinga College. Early going in this in the second quarter, I should say. 10:26 to play, and that's going to be, see the official ruling from the head referee. And it's a holding call on Delta College. That backs them up even further. So right now the Falcons trying to get that, trying to force another punt. You like what they're doing right now. Falcons only trailed by a touchdown, 14-7 against Delta College in Stockton, California. And they are going to go 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Magatha's going to work out of the shotgun. They're going to first down marker for your information is at the 46 of Coalinga College. So 3rd and 20 miles, it seems like. They're going to put the ball at their own 23, moving left to right. 2 left, 2 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Griffin Jr., swings it out to the left side, complete, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Julian Zaragoza with the stop, and on the catch for Delta College was actually, who was the guy who made the grab? The numbers are really faint to see, but he makes the grab, but Julian Zaragoza there to read the play, and that's going to be a punt for Delta College. That is their 2nd punt of the afternoon. And you like what the Falcons are doing right now defensively. Probably the best showing we've seen so far from the Raven King defense. Hurley ready to punt the ball away for Delta College. Tyrell Johnson back deep for the Falcons. End over in punt. Bounces at the 40. Johnson's going to let that one roll to the 29. It's going to take a Mustang bounce, and that's where Coalinga College sets up shop for their 4th possession of the afternoon. Coalinga College last time offensively had a 25-yard strike from Justin Delzite. Justin Delzite picking up his 4th touchdown of 2025, and right now the Falcons saying, hey, we got to find ways to tie this ball game up. The defense has just given us a gift. Can they reciprocate and put a touchdown on the board? So the Falcons work from their own 29, moving the ball right to left on your screen. We are in the second period, 9:21 to play in the first half. Ball on the near mark. 1 left, 3 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the left side. Actually, now will be the right side of Justin Delzite, moving the ball right to left. 14-7, Delta College out in front. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to Demarion Wright, trying to run to his left, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Home host of Mustang tacklers there to greet them. And on the tackle for Delta College, leading the charge was Trey Montour, the 5'11 sophomore from Tracy. So a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 for the Falcons, moving right to left. Ball at their own 27. Moving right to left. 14-7 Delta College out in front. Falcons right now trying to capitalize off the punt from Delta College. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. That's David Dunn. Marion right, the tailback off to the right side of Justin Delzite. Delzite trying to be the maestro for this offense. Motions to Marion right to that near side. Takes a shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Throws to the left side. Caught by David Dunn at the 40. Gets himself to the 45. Gets to the past midfield. And he picks up the first down. David Dunn picks up the first down. Great play there. And the Falcons are cooking inside Delta College territory. What a throw there by Justin Delzite. A definite laser beam to David Dunn. Big pickup there for the Falcons, moving right to left on your screen. 1 on the near side, 3 on the far for the Falcons receiving core. Marion Wright, the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. Marion Wright with the carry up the gut. He goes, trying to push his way forward. And Trey Montour brings him down. 7:57 and running in the first half. 14-7, Delta College out in front. And that first quarter, it felt like it was going to be Delta College running away with this one, but the Falcons having different ideas. Halfway to go for the Falcons. Ball at the 41 of Delta College. 1 receiver on the near side, 3 on the far to Marion Wright, the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. 7:28 and counting in the first half. Falcons trying to keep this offense moving. Halfway to go at 2nd down and 5. Delzite claps his hands it off to Marion Wright, uses his blockers up the gut. He goes, and he's going to be wrestled down to the ground by Iro Ubuhu, the 6'1 freshman from Stockton, the former Trojan of Lincoln High, on the stop for Delta College, so close to that first down marker. So a 3rd and 1, and they're going to say at the 37 of Delta College. And now a whistle, and now where's the time at? Actually, they're going to say the head referee.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Talking about the play clock. But right now, it's actually Demarion Wright going to the sideline. Kamarion Albert checks back in for him. Saw that in the last offensive series for the Falcons. Falcons are going to go 4 receivers. 1 on the near side, 3 on the far. Kamarion Albert, the tailback, in the backfield of Justin Delzite. Delzite works out of the shotgun. 3rd and 1 from the 37 of Delta College. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to Kamarion Albert, finds a hole, and he picks up the first down, and he's punished for that one. Bringing him down is Marquise Thomas Gray, the 5'9 sophomore from Stockton, and that's going to be enough for a Falcons first down. The Falcons converting on 3rd down, and you like what the Falcons are doing right now. The running game has been fun to watch so far on the Saturday afternoon. 6:34 to play in the first half, 14-7. The referee wanted to keep the clock moving. Clock was stopped, but it's now moving. 14-7 lead for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 from the 34 of Delta College. Ball on the near mark. Falcons are going to go with 1 receiver on the near side, 3 on the far. Albert, the tailback to the right side, the young man from Gulfport, Florida, with the motion. Delzite with the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Rolls to his right. Now going to try to run to his left. Throws to the left side. Caught by Kamarion Albert, the 20. 15, 10, 5, and he finds the expressway. Touchdown, Falcons. Kamarion Albert with the score, and it's a 34-yard touchdown for the Falcons.
31-yard touchdown.
Huge run by Kamarion Albert on the screen pass, and the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this one up. Ernesto Villanueva ready to handle the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is automatic. It's a 14-all game. We have a good one brewing in Stockton. 6:04 to play in the first half. More from the Delta right after this. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality.
It's a whole new ball game in Stockton. 14-14 is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. I'm Brian Welch of the Falcons IU Network. Glad to have you along wherever you may be tuning in to watch Falcons football, listening to Falcons football. Kamarian Albert gets his first touchdown in 2025 on a screen pass by Justin Delzite. We have a whole new ball game, and this Falcon squad right now has in a tied ball game for the first time in 2025. Ernesto Villanueva ready to swing his right leg in the football, booming end over and kick. And that kick's going to be taken. Actually, Spive will take it on the sideline, runs to the 20, still on his feet. And the Falcons special teams brings him down to the ground. Good tackling there by the Falcons defense on the special teams. And who brought him down for the Falcons? Was actually Maso Shabazz, the 5'11 freshman from Denver, Colorado. So 1st and 10 for Delta College, their 5th possession of the afternoon, moving left to right on your screen. Last time Delta College had the ball offensively, they had to punt the ball away. 5:58 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 21, moving the ball left to right. And right now, the Falcons defense holding the momentum in their hands. Uday Magatha leads the troops out once again for Delta College. 14-all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Magatha works out of the shotgun, 1 left, 2 right. Griffin Jr. the tailback onto the right side. Magatha throws to the left side, completes it to John Hunter. John Hunter's going to pick up some yardage. Actually, it's Andrew Johnson, the 6'2 freshman with the grab, the young man who went to Stag High. Former Delta King with the grab, picks up 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 from the 30 of Delta College. Falcons right now defensively trying to slow down this quick offense of Delta College. 5:32 and counting in the first half. Had that 2-minute timeout looming in Stockton. Magatha swings out to the right side, caught by John Hunter. John Hunter's going to be quickly brought down to the ground. Great tackling there by the Falcons defense. And on the tackle for the Falcons, Jared Smith, young man, brings him down, the freshman for Coalinga College, but that's going to be enough for a first down for Delta College. 1st and 10 from their own 34, moving the ball left to right. 5:12 and running in the first half. 14-all is our score. So right now, the Mustangs trying to keep this offense moving 1 left, 2 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the left of Magatha. Magatha pump fakes, now rolls to his right, dumps it off to Spivey. Spivey going to break 1 tackle, still on his feet. Breaks another one, and the 3rd tackler brings him down for Coalinga College. On the tackle for Coalinga College was Christian Constant. We've been calling his name so far throughout this whole entire Saturday afternoon. Freshman from Jacksonville makes it a 2nd and 5. From the 38, they're actually going to say 2nd and 6 to be exact. And right now, this squad trying to slow down this offense of Delta College. Coalinga College has been able to swing well so far. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure, going to try to run for it, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Huge tackle there. Nakata with the tackle and the sack, and the Falcons defense prevailing in Stockton. Magatha could not find a running lane. The running lane was closed. It was shut down. The express lane was shut down by a trio of Falcon tacklers. So it brings up a 3rd and 5 for Delta College. Ball at the 39-yard line, moving left to right on your screen. And a pivotal 3rd down for Delta College. And this is a team that's been 50-50 so far on 3rd down conversions. 1 left, 2 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun, takes the shotgun snap, plenty of time, rolls to his right, looks downfield, throws down the field, and that ball is going to be incomplete, and a penalty marker flies in. John Hunter, the intended receiver on the coverage, was Damian Cortez, and you don't like that call. You can feel it's a definite PI because of how much contact there was, but let's see what the official ruling is going to be. And it's going to be a pass interference call on Coalinga College. That's going to be tapped to Damian Cortez. Yeah, I don't agree with that penalty, but you kind of keep moving. I know you have many iterations of that pass interference penalty. They're going to put the ball 1st and 10 for Delta College. 3:34 to play in the first half. Stay tuned for the Falcons halftime show. Get a chance to run through the whole entire first half, drive-wise, and then get you some of the scores from across the college football landscape. Good game between Clemson and Georgia Tech. You don't want to spoil that game. Get to hear that score at the Falcons halftime. MacArthur's going to work out of the shotgun. 1 left, 2 right. Ball on the near mark at the 46 of Coalinga. Ball on the tee of Delta. Now tight formation, 1 left, 2 right. MacArthur works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr. the tailback off to his left side. Takes a shotgun snap, plenty of time, pressured, flush to his right. Now going to try to dance around. Now he's going to break another tackle, but the Falcons defense wrap him up there. Christian Constant with the stop for the Falcons. And Christian Constant's had a great day so far for the Falcons defensively. The freshman from Jacksonville brings him down, so that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11. At the 47 of Coalinga College. Clock still moving, 3:09 and counting in the first half. 14 all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. 2nd and 11 for Delta College, moving left to right on your screen. That 2-minute timeout looming. MacArthur's going to work out of the shotgun. 2 left, 1 right. Griffin Jr. the tailback off to his left side. MacArthur takes a shotgun snap, backpedals, plenty of time, pressured. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Huge tackle there, Deegan Spear. The young man from Taft blows him up in the backfield, and that's a 3rd and 20 miles for Delta. And Uday MacArthur has had his way so far this afternoon, but the Falcons have had his number late in the first half. 2:18 and counting in the first half. That 2-minute timeout looming. I think Delta College is going to let that 2-minute timeout get to us in Stockton. What a change of events in Stockton. It's a 14-14 game between Delta College and Coalinga College. We have reached the 2-minute timeout in the Delta City. Pivotal 3rd down for the Mustangs at Delta College when we come right back after this. We reach the 2-minute timeout in the first half from Delta College. It's Delta College of 14, Coalinga College of 14. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
We have reached the 2-minute mark of the first half in beautiful Stockton, California. 14-14 is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. The Falcons defense and offense has woken up so far in the Delta City, and it's going to bring up a pivotal 3rd down and 20 for Delta College. Ball placed at their own 44. Moving left to right on your screen. 2 left, 1 right. Uday MacArthur works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his left side. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to the running back. Griffin Jr. finds a hole in between the hashes, gets to try to get past the original line of scrimmage, and he corkscrews close to the 1st down marker, and he gets to the 38 of Coalinga College. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for Delta College, and right now, do you roll the dice if you're head coach Gary Barlow? Uday MacArthur saying, hey, we might have to go for it. We are under 2 minutes in half number 1, 1:53 to play in the first half. Clock is moving. First down marker is at the 36 of Coalinga College. So right now, Delta College trying to weigh their options at the moment. 4th and 2 from the 38 of the Falcons. 7 seconds on the play clock. And I think they might take a timeout. Indeed, they will. That is their second charge timeout burned of the first half. And they're going to send the punt unit out for the second time in the second quarter. And that's pretty frustrating if you're Delta College, but right now, if you're at Coalinga College, you like what they're bringing so far on this Saturday afternoon. And that is actually the 3rd punt of the afternoon for Delta College in this first half. Now joining us on the Falcons Audio Network, it was Delta College that struck in the first drive of the afternoon with a 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr. A couple of punts back and forth between Delta College and your Falcons. Delta College got back on the board with a 78-yard touchdown to John Hunter. And the Falcons found their way with a 25-yard strike to Marco Ruiz, making it a 14-7 lead for Delta College. They had to punt the ball away, and then Coalinga College got the ball back, and Kamarian Albert ran it in for 6. He found the expressway making it a 14-14 lead. And that's what it is right now, all tied up at 14 apiece late in half number 1. 1:27 to play in the first half from the beautiful campus of San Joaquin Delta College. Lawrence A.D. Rico Athletic Field, a perfect facility. Very familiar, really nice press box. Pretty spoiled with the facilities at San Joaquin Delta College. Kind of reminds me of the They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it, takes the handoff, throws down the middle, complete to John Hunter, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And Delta College rolls the dice on a 4th down, and they convert on 4th down with 1:20 to play in half number 1. Blake Brown with the stop. That's going to be enough for a first down, 1st and 10. From the 27 of Coalinga College, 1 left, 2 right. Uday Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr. the tailback off to the left side. And now a timeout taken by Coalinga College. Will take one as well. Waning moments of the first half. 1:04 to play in the first half. Actually, we'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network alongside with our camera guy today, Richard Welch. Brian Welch with you in the beautiful city of Stockton, California. 14-14 is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. And don't forget, the Falcons receive the opening kickoff to begin the second half, but right now you got to find a way to slow down the high-octane offense of Delta College. It's been a very competitive first half indeed. 2 teams that want to keep their winning ways going. That's for Delta College's sake. The Falcons looking for their first win of 2025. And right now the Falcons doing a very good job of containing the quarterback of Uday Magatha. In the previous 2 games for the Falcons, the season opener against FRC, and the matchup last week against Los Banos College, the Falcons gave up more than 40 points from their opposing squads on the road and at home. But right now, the Falcons holding the Mustangs to only 14 points in Stockton. It's 14-14 as our score. So a 1st and 10 from the 27 of Coalinga College. Ball on the 4 mark. 1:04 to play in the first half. Delta College converting on 4th down. 1 left, 2 right. Ball on the 4 mark. Magatha in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Griffin Jr. Plenty of time, throws it to the right side. That ball is going to be broken away. Great play there by the Falcons defense, and a penalty marker flying in late. Jaron Smith, Spivey was the intended receiver. And let's see what the call is going to be. A very flag-happy refereeing group tonight. If you're watching it on the TV, if you're watching on the video feed, a little bit, good amount of contact. Not going to argue about that, but a little bit ticky-tacky late in this first half. So let's hear from the head referee. Pass interference on Coalinga College, and you don't like that if you're the Falcons. Second pass interference we've seen so far in this first half. So you kind of, if you're the Falcons secondary, kind of have to rein in the handsiness, you know. You might want to get a little bit of handsy, but you have to make sure you don't get penalized for it. So that's going to be inside the 20, mark it at the 19, 1st and 10 for Delta College inside the Billings Tire red zone. 3 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Spivey, actually my apologies, that would be the tailback. That's Griffin Jr. throws to the left side and nobody home. Intended receiver for Delta College. Let's see who that was. The numbers for Delta College very hard to read on this Saturday. The Falcons right now bringing the pressure. They've brought down Magatha so far this afternoon in the backfield. 14-14 is our score. 55 seconds to play in half number 1. Falcons answering with 2 scores in quarter number 2. 2nd and 10 from the Coalinga 19. 2 receivers on the far side, a tight end to the right. Magatha works out of the shotgun, tailback off to his right side. That's Griffin Jr. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Griffin Jr. Runs to his left, gets himself to the 10, breaks 1 tackle at the 5, and he's going to scoot in. Touchdown, Delta College. 19-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown aided by penalty markers by Coalinga College. So it's a 20-14 lead for Delta College pending the point after. Handling the PAT is William Henderson. 48 seconds to go in the first half. Henderson on the south end side of the stadium. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick's almost blocked, but it splits the uprights. And it's a 7-point advantage for Delta College, 21-14, Delta College out in front. Under a minute remaining in the first half from beautiful Stockton, California. It's a 19-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr., his second touchdown of the afternoon. It makes it a 21-14 lead. And actually, it makes it his third touchdown of 2025. In total, he had one running touchdown before today's game. So Delta College with a 7-point lead. The Falcons right now saying, hey, we got to put together a drive. You can do something in 48 seconds. So they said the timeout was taken by Coalinga College earlier, so they have 2 timeouts to their disposal. Delta College only has 1. So right now, Delta College trying to capitalize on the momentum late in this first half, 21-14, Delta College out in front. And this has been a very interesting one so far, back and forth affair. Probably one of the most competitive games we've seen so far by Coalinga College in this 2025 season. And you heard from head coach Justin Berna talk about that during our one-on-one conversation this week and last week. He is a coach that believes in improvement from week 1 to week 2, week 2 to week 3. It's the small things that make you a better player, in my case, a better broadcaster. Kicks it in, end over end kick. That ball is going to be taken by the Falcons at the 40. Finds his way is Nathaniel Stroud, and he gets to the 50-yard line. Mark it at the 49 of Delta College, moving right to left on your screen. 43 seconds to play in the first half. Coalinga College begins their 5th possession of the afternoon, moving the ball right to left. 21-14, Delta College out in front against Coalinga College. Stay tuned for the Falcons halftime show. Get a chance to take a look at how the first half went down, and also get a chance to look at some of the scores from across the college football landscape. That's going to be all coming up in 43 seconds. 1st and 10 from their own 42. They're going to put the ball at the 42. My apologies. 3 left, 1 right. Marion Wright, the tailback, off to his left side of Justin Delzite. Claps his hands, low snap is Delzite. Delzite throws right side. That ball is going to be almost caught. Curtis Rogers trying to make the grab, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 42, moving right to left. 38 seconds to go in half number 1 on the coverage for Delta College. Trying to see these very hard uniforms to read so far. Actually, on the coverage for Delta College is we don't have his number. 2nd and 10 from their own 42, moving right to left on your screen. 3 left, 1 right. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Marion Wright, the tailback, gets the motion. Delzite takes the shotgun snap, throws the right side. Now pump fakes himself, trying to get away from the tacklers. Throws it wide open. Man to David Dunn, runs right past midfield, gets himself to the 45, and he lowers a shoulder out of bounds. David Dunn picks up the first down. It was a disastrous play, but David Dunn makes it happen. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. 27 seconds to go in the first half. And you like that if you're the Falcons offensively, finding ways to strike while the iron's hot. The Falcons offense has come to play so far this afternoon. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far to Marion Wright, the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. Ball at the 42 of Delta College. Got plenty of time on that clock, 27 seconds, 2 timeouts to work with. Delzite with the shotgun snap, throws right side, almost caught and almost picked off. Curtis Rogers, the intended receiver. Easter was lying in wait, the 5'8 freshman from Stockton, so a 2nd and 10 from the 42 of the Mustangs. For Delzite, you got to kind of settle down a little bit. You know you're trailing by 7, but you don't want to throw an interception. You don't want to give the ball back to Delta College. You don't know if they can strike that quickly. 22 seconds to play in half number 1. 3 left, 1 right. They're going to say 3rd and 10 from the 42 of Delta College. Marion Wright, the tailback, off to the left side. of Delzite. Motions the man, takes a shotgun snap. It's Justin. Justin, plenty of time, throws the screen past the right side, caught by DeMarion, and DeMarion's going to scoot out of bounds at the 35, so he picks up some yards on the play. So he does pick up 7 on the play, actually 8. So they're going to say 3rd and 2. So 16 seconds. They're going to say 4th and 2 rather at the 34. The chain gang slow to get the down marker right. So 4th and 2 from their 34 of Delta College. 3 left, 1 right. You still have a couple of plays and a couple of timeouts left in this first half for your Falcons. 2 left, 2 right. Ball at the 34. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off to DeMarion. DeMarion up the gut. He goes, gets himself to the 30, bulldozes his way forward, gets to the 29. Good pickup there by the Falcons. Picks up 5 on the play, and Delta College says they got the ball back, and Delta College does get the ball back, and it's a turnover for Coalinga College. And the Mustangs get the ball back on the turnover. So Marion Wright fumbles the football, but right now the Falcons have the time on their side in this late part of half number 1. 10 seconds to go in half number 1 in Stockton. 21-14, Delta College out in front. And right now you can definitely feel this Falcon squad defensively looking for a big stop to close out the book in this first half chapter. And Uday Magatha is going to line up. He's going to take a knee to close out the first half. And Magatha's going to take a knee, and that's how the first half is going to come to a close. A very competitive first half indeed in Stockton, but the scoreboard reads in the first half, 21-14. Delta College out in front. We'll be right back with the Falcons halftime show. More from Stockton after this. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
It is halftime in Stockton, California. Scoreboard reads Delta College 21, Coalinga College 14. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch with the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be watching or listening to Falcons football. And welcome to the Falcons halftime show. Probably one of the most competitive first halves we've seen so far by the Falcons offense and defense. And right now, the Falcons only trail by a touchdown, 21-14 against Delta College. Take a look at the first half and how the drives went. Coalinga College won the toss and elected to defer, so they'll get the ball to start out the third quarter. Delta College wasted no time. They started at their own 46-yard line, and they marched down the field. A pretty impressive drive to watch to kick off the Saturday afternoon, and that first drive resulted in a 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr., 7-0 Delta College out in front. Falcons with their first possession on the Saturday afternoon started at their own 41, and that resulted in a 3-and-out, their first punt of the afternoon. Still 7-0 Delta College. Delta College got the ball back at their own 28, and that resulted in a 3-and-out, so still 7-0 Delta College leading. Falcons got the ball back, started at their own 31, so they had to punt the ball again, their second 3-and-out of the afternoon. Delta College, late in the first quarter, got the ball at their own 20, and they found a way to strike a 78-yard strike from Uday Magatha to John Hunter. 14-0 Delta College out in front. Coalinga College got the ball late in the first quarter rather. Started at their own 20, got past the first quarter clock, and then in the second quarter they found a way to get a 25-yard strike, courtesy of Justin Delzite to Marcus Ruiz. 14-7 Delta College out in front. The Mustangs got the ball back for their fourth possession of the afternoon. That was a 3-and-out. 14-7 still the score, and then the Falcons on their fourth possession found a way to strike with the irons hot. Kamarian Albert on the screen pass made it a 14-14 game. Then Delta College on their 5th possession started at their own 21-yard line. They found ways to get themselves down the field. They faced a 4th down, and they got converted on 4th down. And there was a couple of penalties that aided that drive. And then it was a Maurice Griffin Jr. run, 19 yards out, making it his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. 21-14, Delta College out in front. Falcons got the ball back. They started at the 42 of Delta College. They got that. They were marching down the field. Actually, my apologies. They started at their own 42, I should say. And they trying to get down the field, but they turned the ball over on a Demarion Wright fumble, and Delta College kneeled it out. And that's how the first half happened in Stockton, California. Good stuff so far by the offense. Demarion, actually, my apologies. Marion Albert, and as well as Marcus Ruiz getting their 2 touchdowns for the Falcons. Falcons playing some really good football, probably the best football we've seen so far in this season. The Falcons right now have played 2 quarters. You're in this game right now. You're trailing by 7. What are the next 2 quarters going to be in store? We shall see. You have to tighten your belts if you're the Falcons offensively. And also, there's been a lot of penalties, especially in the secondary, a lot of pass interferences. If the Falcons can clean that up in the secondary in the second half, they're going to be pretty good to watch in the second half in Stockton. It's also a college football Saturday from around across the nation. Let's give you some of the scores from across the college football landscape. Some scores already some games in the final column right now. Get a chance to look at some of the scores at the moment in this week 3 of 2025. A couple of scores already in the books. Actually, some scores going on right now. Ball State leading 34-29 against New Hampshire. Delaware leading by 4, 28-24 against UConn. Penn State leading 21-0 against Villanova, I should say. Number 6, Georgia taking on number 15, Tennessee, 21-17. Volunteers out in front, late going in the first half in Knoxville. It is Texas Tech taking on Oregon State. That game is delayed right now. USC and Purdue is delayed right now in West Lafayette. Halftime between Rutgers and Norfolk State, 26-3. Rutgers out in front. Halftime as well between Michigan State and Youngstown State. It's a 7-point lead for the Spartans, 17-10 against the Penguins. North Texas having some fun so far. They lead 42-3 against Washington State. That's a really surprising score. The Cougars last week ran all over San Diego State up in Pullman. So watch out for that game. That's going on right now on ESPNU. Halftime between Missouri State and SMU. SMU with a 4-point lead, 14-10. Missouri State started out the 2025 campaign on the road at the LA Memorial Coliseum. And USC ran all over Missouri State, with Missouri State holding their own. First time being a part of the D of Division I. Right now between Pittsburgh and West Virginia. West Virginia out in front by 4, 7-3. That's halftime right now in Morgantown, West Virginia. North Carolina led by head coach Bill Belichick. That's kind of hard for me to say. Bill Belichick coaching college football. He leads by 17, 20-3 against Richmond. The Tar Heels looking pretty good so far in week 3 of the college football season. Cincinnati out in front against Northwestern State, 56-0. That's at halftime right now in Cincinnati. UTSA leading 24-0 against Incarnate Ward. Toledo out in front, 46-0 against Morgan State. That's at halftime right now in Ohio. Iowa State taking on Arkansas State. 9-3 is our score. That is going on in Arkansas. Texas having fun against UTEP, just getting started. Actually, they're in the middle part of the first half. 7-0 Longhorns out in front. Big game going on right now down in Florida. South Florida's had some moments so far in this 2025 season, knocking off Boise State in week 1, knocking off Florida last week. They only trail by 11, 14-3 against number 5 Miami. Watch out for South Florida, a really impressive team to watch out for from the American Conference. Bowling Green leading early 3-0 against Liberty. No score between Middle Tennessee State and Nevada. My good friend John Ramey on the call for that in Reno. 6:11 to play in the first quarter. Number 4, Oregon has no trouble against Northwestern, 34-14 in Chicago. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. Georgia Tech sneaking away with a 24-21 victory against number 12 Clemson. A very impressive victory for those Yellow Jackets. And those same Yellow Jackets took down Colorado in week 1 in Boulder. That's a hard feat to do in the Rocky Mountains. Number 13, Oklahoma takes down Temple 42-3 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Number 19, Alabama has no trouble against Wisconsin, proving the naysayers wrong in Tuscaloosa, 38-14 win. I know our good friend John Klatt's probably happy about that score. Number 23, Michigan rolls against Central Michigan 63-3. You heard me right, a 60-point win for the Wolverines. South Alabama falls to number 24, Auburn. 31-15. Number 25, Missouri takes down Louisiana 52-10. Nebraska takes down Houston Christian 59-7. As well as Maryland taking down Townsend 44-17. Virginia takes down William & Mary 55-16. Baylor takes down Sanford 42-7. Memphis takes down Troy 28-7. Buffalo takes down Kent State 31-28. Some games to watch out for. East Carolina taking on Coastal Carolina. Air Force taking on Utah State. Fresno State hosting Southern. That's going to be going on at 7 p.m. tonight at Valley Children's Stadium. Portland State taking on Hawaii as well on the island. FAU taking on FIU. Merrimack taking on Kennesaw State. Monmouth taking on Charlotte. Number 1, Ohio State taking on their little cousin, the Ohio Bobcat. That's going to be going on at 4 p.m. from the Shoe. Western Michigan taking on number 9, Illinois. Number 17, Ole Miss taking on Arkansas. Old Dominion taking on Virginia Tech. Georgia Southern having their home opener against Jack State. Georgia State taking on Murray State, and a couple other games that have not been, that are still waiting to be played. Number 3, LSU hosting Florida in Death Valley. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch and listen to. Number 16, Texas A&M going on the road to take on Notre Dame. So number 16 versus number 8. It's a top 20 matchup. Eastern Michigan taking on Kentucky. UMass taking on Iowa. New Mexico State taking on Louisiana Tech. Watch out for those Aggies. Those Aggies led by a transfer quarterback of Logan Fife, a guy who actually grew up in this area, in the Stockton area, grew up in Tracy, the former Bulldog of Tracy High, leading the Aggies into Ruston, Louisiana. I know our good friend, our good friend Dwayne Wright remembers Ruston, Louisiana really well. He had a great game as a Bulldog of Fresno State, taking down the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech way back in the day. Vanderbilt taking on South Carolina. Utah going on the road to take on Laramie. Yeah, it's going to be taking on Wyoming in Laramie. Duke taking on Tulane. Watch out for Duke, led by transfer quarterback Parker Ruslaw, the former quarterback of BYU, leading the Green Wave. They're 2-0 in this 2025 season. Watch out for Tulane. They might make a run for that Group of 5 bid to the college football playoff. Abilene Christian taking on TCU. Tulsa taking on Navy at home. UAB taking on Akron. Minnesota on the road taking on California. My good friend Justin Allegri on the call for the Golden Bears. Boston College taking on Stanford on the farm. Texas State taking on Arizona State. And those are some of the games to watch out for on this Saturday afternoon. Some final games from earlier in the week. Houston takes down Colorado 36-20. Big win for the Cougars last night. Indiana rolls against Indiana State 73-0. Syracuse takes down Colgate 66-24. Arizona wins a close one against Kansas State. Not a conference game, that is correct. They take down the Wildcats. The Wildcats take down the Wildcats 23-17. Say that 25 times fast. And the most surprising win last night, Jason X, New Mexico Lobos going into Tinseltown to take on UCLA. New Mexico 35, UCLA 10 from the Rose Bowl. It's not really rosy in Westwood right now at the moment. So those are some of the scores from across the college football landscape. We have the second half for you coming up in a matter of moments and under 10 minutes. This has been the Falcons halftime show. Our halftime score reads Delta College 21, Coalinga College 14. More after this from Stockton, the port city in California. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network. Second half about to begin from Stockton, California, 21-14. Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network. Our camera guy this afternoon is the great retired math teacher, Richard Welch. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. Probably a very competitive first half for your Coalinga College Falcons. They only trail by 7, 21-14 is our score, and the Falcons will receive the opening kickoff to begin the second half. Tyrell Johnson and Drake Hughes back deep for the Falcons. Kicking it off for Delta College is William Henderson. Henderson ready to put the ball on the tee, kicking it off left to right on your screen. It's a star-studded Saturday afternoon. Glacier blue skies overhead at the port city of Stockton, California. One of the best first halves we've seen so far by the Falcons. Falcons have played one good first half. Can they put together a great second half? We shall see. William Henderson has the ball on the tee, swings his right leg in the football, end over end kick. That's going to be taken by Terrell Johnson. Mishandles it, picks up it at the 8, runs the 10, still steps to the 15, finds his way to the 20, still on his feet to the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Somebody lost his helmet in the process for Coalinga College, but a great run there by Tyrell Johnson, the 5'10 freshman from Merced, playing up in the North Valley for the first time in this 2025 season. So 1st and 10 for Coalinga College to begin the third quarter. Falcons did not like how they ended the first half. We talked about it during the Falcons halftime show. A fumble by Demarion Wright, but the Falcons start their offense at their own 30, moving the ball right to left on your screen. Justin Delzite works out of the shotgun. 3 left, 1 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to his left side. Falcons right now offensively trying to cook in this early part of the third quarter. 10 seconds gone by in the third quarter. Delzite with the shotgun snap, hands it off over to Demarion Wright, runs to his right to the 30, to the 35, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 36. Good tackling there by the Delta defense, bringing him down. Samir Latier, the 6'1 freshman from Tacoma, picks up 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 for Coalinga College. Falcons offense finding ways to get themselves in the end zone, not scoring anything in the first quarter, but scored twice in quarter number 2. Falcons will have the ball on the 4 mark at their own 36, moving right to left. 3 left, 1 right. 14-15 and counting in the third quarter. 21-14 Delta College out in front. Dells out of the shotgun. Demarion Wright off to his right side. Takes a shotgun snap. Hands it off to Demarion Wright. Runs in between the tackles. Picks up the first down. And Demarion Wright brings a Delta College defender along with him. But that's a big pickup there. Latier on the stop for Delta College. But regardless, a first down and 10 for Coalinga College. We're going to say it was a tackler for, it was actually Marquise Thomas Gray officially that got the tackle for Delta College. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College, moving right to left on your screen. First drive of the second half, 13:41 and counting in the third. 3 left, 1 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the right of Delzite. Delzite in the shotgun on the far side. Hands it off to Demarion Wright, trying to run to his left, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Good tackling there by Delta College, bringing him down for the Mustangs. It was actually Donald McMore, the 5'9 freshman from Hayward, attended Tennyson High. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from their own 42, moving right to left. Opening drive for Coalinga College. Falcons now will go 1 by 3. 1 receiver on the near side, 3 on the far. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the right side. Justin Delzite works out of the shotgun. 21-14 Delta College out in front. Demarion with the motion. Takes a shotgun snap as Justin. Plenty of time. Dances around. Flush to his right. Throws on the run. That's caught. Khalif Bloom with the grab. That's enough for a Falcons first down. Moves the sticks. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. A 10-yard grab by Khalif Bloom. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. 12:44 and running in the third quarter. And great job there by Khalif Bloom on the sideline. 1st and 10 at the Delta 48, moving right to left. Opening drive for Coalinga College. 7-point deficit for your Falcons up in Stockton. 2 left, 2 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to the left side of Delzite at the 48. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Demarion. Spins out of a tackle, still on his feet. Gets himself to the 45, and he trudges forward to the 43-yard line. So halfway to go. 2nd and 5 for Coalinga College. Bringing him down for Delta College, Brody Severa. And these jerseys for Delta College, very hard to read. Black uniforms with those with a kind of a tan numbering look to them. 2nd and 5 from the 43 of Delta College, moving right to left, two right. Camarion Albert checks in as the running back off to the right side of Delzite. Delzite claps his hands once, sees what the defense is going to offer. Now looks to the sideline. 11:42 and counting, third quarter, 21-14, Delta College out in front. Mustangs show blitz, takes a shotgun snap, fakes it himself. He Delzite with the run to the 40, and he's going to slide for the first down. Great run there. Justin Delzite shows off the speed, and he picks up 5 on the play, and a penalty marker flies in late. And what's the call going to be here? Delzite with a great read that fakes everybody out. And now let's see what the head referee is going to say. Delzite talking with the young receiver, David Dunn. And let's see what the official ruling is going to be from the head referee. 21-14, Delta College out in front, early going in the third quarter in Stockton. And here's the call. After the play, personal foul on Coalinga College. That's going to back up the Falcons. If you're the Falcons, you do not like that call. But still first down, but right now the Falcons trying to keep the offense moving. Justin Delzite going to his bag of tricks right now. They're going to say first and 10 from their own 48, moving right to left. 11:27 to play in the third quarter. Falcons only trail by 7. This has probably been one of the most competitive games we've seen so far this season. Now the Falcons are going to go with 3 left, 1 right. Marion Albert, the tailback, off to the left side of Delzite. Ball on the far hash, the 48. Takes a shotgun snap. Albert with the carry, runs past midfield to the 45, picks up close to that first down marker, and then another penalty marker flies in there. What on earth is going on? Delzite arguing his case. If the flag was at, it might indicate a holding, but we'll see the official call, and it's going to be a holding call on Coalinga College. So a personal foul and a holding call backs up the Falcons deep in their own territory. Still first down, 11:10 to play in the third quarter. So a personal foul and a holding call on this Falcons offense on this opening drive of the second half. If you're the Falcons, you have to find a way to limit the turnovers in that first half, but also you got to limit the penalties. Clock's going to be moving. Ball at the 38, 1st and 20. 11:05 and running in the third quarter. 3 left, 1 right. Camarion Albert, the tailback, off to the left side of Delzite. Ball on the far mark at their own 38. Falcons in white, Mustangs in black. Takes shotgun snap. Albert the carry, takes off the defender, runs to the 40. Camarion Albert going to try to stiff arm his way, and he gets to the 41, so he picks up 3 on the play. So a 2nd and 17 for Coalinga College. Denarius Harris, the 6-foot freshman from Portland, with the stop for Delta College. .33 and counting in the third quarter. 21-14, Delta College out in front. 3 left, 1 right. Ball on the far mark. 2nd and 17 rather for the Falcons. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Albert with the motion. Takes a shotgun snap as Justin. Plenty of time dancing around. Throws down the field. That ball is going to be broken up, and no penalty marker. Intended receiver was A.J. Magui on the coverage for Delta College. It's Nero Bugris. A lot of contact on that play, and it's not going to be a penalty marker. So 3rd and 17 from the 41 of Coalinga College. Probably wondering why I had a little bit of a raise my voice a little bit on that play. We talked about it in that late part of the first half. A lot of contact on the secondary for the Falcons, and they call definite PIs. But right now the Falcons trying to keep this drive going. 10-11 to go in the third quarter. 3 left, 1 right. 3rd and 17 from their own 41. Aaron Albert, the tailback to the right side. Delzite with the shotgun snap. 5-man rush. Throws to the right side. That ball is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver is Curtis Rogers. On the coverage for Delta College was Samir Latier, the 6'1 freshman from Tacoma. And the Falcons are forced to punt for their first drive of the second half. A very frustrating way to close out the drive. 2 penalties derailing the first drive for the Falcons. You don't like that if you're the Falcons offensively. The first 3 and out of the second half. Their third punt in total on the Saturday afternoon. 21-14, Delta College out in front. 10:08 remaining in the third from Stockton. Ernesto Villanueva ready to punt the ball away. Spivey back deep for Delta College. High snap. Ernesto's going to handle it. Gets it away. End over in punt. Bounces at the 35. Takes a Coalinga College roll to the 31, and that is where Delta College will set up shop in the third quarter. 21-14, Delta College out in front. That is going to be the sixth possession of the afternoon for Delta College, moving the ball left to right. And Delta College had some moments in that first half of brilliance. That 3-yard run by Maurice Griffin Jr., and then another run by him late in the first half. And then a 78-yard strike to John Hunter. Makes it a 21-14 lead for Delta College. Early part of the third quarter on a beautiful Saturday afternoon at the Lawrence A. DeRico Athletic Field, the campus of San Joaquin Delta College. A premier facility, a premier institution in the state of California. So 1st and 10 from their own 30, moving the ball. Left to right is Delta College. Magatha works out of the shotgun, fakes the hand, actually hands it off to Griffin Jr., runs left, finds his way past the 30, and submarines forward to the 34. Picks up 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for Delta College. On the tackle for the Falcons was Jared Smith. 9:40 and counting in the third quarter, 21-14, Delta College out in front. A star-spangled Saturday afternoon in the upper part of the San Joaquin Valley. Second and 6 from the 34 of Delta College. 1 left, 2 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Maurice Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right. Ball on the far mark. Magatha asks for the shotgun snap. Hands it off. Actually hands it off to Griffin Jr. Runs left. First down and more. And a good tackle there. Pushing him out of bounds, Jared Smith, but he picks up the first down. 1st and 10 for Delta College in the early part of this third quarter. So he picks up the first down, 1st and 10 from the 46 of Delta College, moving left to right on your screen. 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 21-14, Mustangs out in front. The Mustangs right now offensively have had some moments so far, but Coalinga College needs a big stop here defensively. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha's going to bark some orders to his offensive line. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right side. 1 receiver on the near side. Ball on the far mark at the 46. Motions the man to the near side. Takes a shotgun snap is Magatha. Hands it off to Griffin Jr. Runs left. Now cuts right. Trying to find his way. Going to break with another tackle. And a good ankle tackle there. Jackson Kissy brings him down. So he picks up 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for Delta College. 8:21 and counting in the third quarter. And right now this Falcon squad defensively starting to hold their own in this drive. So they are going to say 2nd and 8 from the 48 of Delta College. Moving left to right. Ball placed near the maim of the Bronco at midfield. You can definitely feel this Raven King defense trying to get a big stop. 2nd and 8 from the 48 of Delta College. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his left side. Ball near mark. Takes a shotgun snap. Is Magatha. Hands it off to the running back. Up the gut he goes. That's actually going to be Julian Benton with the carry. The young man from Stockton, the former Eagle of McNair High. Picks up a couple on the play. Brought down by a whole host of Falcon tacklers. Jaden Fouguet on the bottom of that pile. So a 3rd and 3 yards on the play. 7:24 and counting in the third quarter. 21-14 Delta College out in front. So the Mustangs right now facing a 3rd down. They struggled late in the first half on 3rd down. Falcons defense trying to rise up and trying to get a stop, trying to get the ball back in this third quarter. 21-14, Delta College out in front. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his left side. 3rd and 3 from the 47. Takes the snap, hands it off to Benton actually, and he's going to be brought down to the ground, pushes the pile forward. Nathaniel Stroud there to meet him. That is close to the first down marker. Are they going to move the sticks? They're not going to say they're going to say they are going to move the sticks. That's not very generous spot there by the refereeing crew. 1st and 10 for Delta College at the 44 of Coalinga College. 6:44 and counting in the third quarter. This is kind of similar to what we saw on that opening drive to begin the ball game. A lengthy drive to take the wind out of the sails of the Falcons offense. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Our spotter was saying it was like probably a foot away from the first down marker. 2 left, 2 right. MacArthur works out of the shotgun. The running back is Julian Benton. Takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Bennett, runs left to the 45, finds his way close to the 40, and he's going to be brought down at the 40. Good tackling by Jared Smith there. The 6'2 freshman brings him down, picks up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 at the 40 of Coalinga College. Fast-moving third quarter indeed from Stockton. 6:02 and counting in the third. 21-14 Delta College out in front. And right now Delta College trying to churn and burn, but also trying to keep the time on their side. 2 left, 2 right. Benton, the tailback, off to the right side of MacArthur. MacArthur on the far side. Motion before the snap, and that might be a false start or even an offside. So everyone's pointing fingers at each other. I think it might be on Delta College. Let's see what the official ruling is from the head referee. Multiple penalty markers on the field. The referees huddle up. Now the verdict. And let's hear the verdict. And it's going to be a false start on Delta College. That backs him up 5 yards instead of a 2nd and 5. It brings up 2nd and 10. Actually, my apologies, 2nd and 11, I should say, from the 45, moving left to right. 5:41 to play in the third. 21-14, Delta College out in front. Delta College has had their moments so far this afternoon, but it's been the penalties that have been haunting them. But this has probably been one of the most competitive games we've seen so far this afternoon. 2 left, 2 right. MacArthur works out of the shotgun. Benton, the tailback, off to the right side. Ball on the 4 mark at the 45 of Coalinga. Takes the high shotgun snap, hands it off to Benton. Benton runs left, and he's going to be brought down on the far side. Great tackling there. Dustin Garrett, the 6-foot sophomore from Vancouver, Washington, with the stop. Gets a yard on the play. They're going to say gave him 2. So 2nd and 9 right now for the Mustangs offense. 5:05 and counting in the third quarter. 21-14 Delta College out in front. They're going to say officially 3rd and 9. So right now, this Delta College squad trying to convert on 3rd down. That's been their struggle some so far. Can you get a stop if you're the Falcons defense? 3rd and 9 from the 43 of Coalinga College. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Benton, the tailback, off to the right of MacArthur. MacArthur with the shotgun snap, plenty of time, rolls left, throws down the field. That ball is going to be incomplete, and the ball is overthrown. Intended receiver for Delta College, Troy Davis, the 6-foot freshman from Stockton. And it's a 4th and 9 for Delta College, and the Mustangs are forced to punt in the third quarter. 4:28 to play in Stockton. If Troy Davis was 2 steps faster, that would have been a total touchdown, but it results in a punt for Delta College, and you like that if you're Coalinga College. So Hurley handling the punting duties this afternoon for Delta College. Tyrell Johnson back deep to receive at his own 6. Ball on the 4 mark, or actually stands on the 4 mark, I should say. Alexander Hurley with the punt. Gets it away. Spiral punt. Bounces at the 20. Actually, the 15. Gets to the 14 and takes a Mustangs roll at the 14. So 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. Their 7th possession of the afternoon, moving right to left. And right now the Falcons only trailing by 7. They're still in this game. 21-14. Delta College out in front. 4:18 to play in the third quarter from Stockton at the Lawrence A. D. Rico Athletic Field. Falcons are going to start at their own 19, moving the ball right to left on your screen. And right now, Coalinga College looking for a big drive. They've utilized the running game so far this afternoon, courtesy of Demarion Wright and Camarion Albert. Now Justin Delzite leads the troops out for the 7th drive of the afternoon. 1 left, 3 right. Demarion Wright, the tailback, off to his left side of Justin Delzite. Delzite claps his hands once, hands it off. Demarion Wright runs left, gets himself to the 15, bulldozes the defender over, and he gets himself to the 17. Good pickup there, bringing him down. Loyal Easter, and the ball squirted out late. And the ball was forced out on contact. And now there's an injured Falcon on the field. That's Demarion Wright. I know Demarion's Family's listening back in Southern California right now. Now on his knees. Now he's going to get up slowly. Now he gets up and he walks off on his own power. Athletic training staff making sure he's okay for both sides. Good sign of sportsmanship right there. And Marion Wright's going to go to the sideline, and hopefully he'll be back in a little bit. 3:58 to play in the third quarter. 21-14 Delta College out in front against your Coalinga College Falcons. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4 on the play. Actually, 2nd and 7, rather. Ball at the 17, moving the ball right to left. So right now, this time, if you're Justin Berna and company, you have to find a way. The workhorse of the offense so far in this game is on the sideline right now, being checked out by the athletic training staff. Demarion Wright walking over on the track, being checked out. He's going to walk over there. But Camarion Albert checks in now. 1 left, 3 right. Ball at the 17 of Coalinga College. Takes a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff as Delzite rolls to his right. Pressure, dances around. Delzite dances around again. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Bringing him down was the huge tackler of Marquise Thomas Gray in the sack. The 5'9" sophomore from Stockton brings him down, so it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Or actually, my apologies. That's going to be a 3rd and 10 at the 14-yard line, moving right to left. 21-14 Delta College out in front. Falcons right now trying to convert on 3rd down. 1 left, 3 right. Albert the tailback to the right side of Delzite. Takes a shotgun snap. See what the defense is going to be like. 4-man rush. 4 down linemen right now for the Mustangs. Albert with the motion. Delzite with the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle. Caught by David Dunn. 1st down and more. And he picks up the 1st down. Needed 10. Picks up 12 on the play. And that's a 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. And you like that. David Dunn slipped a little bit on that artificial turf, trying to get himself up a little bit. Head coach Justin Berna making sure he's okay. And David Dunn's going to go to the sideline. He slipped a little bit. Landed funny on the field. So 1st and 10 for Coalinga College, moving the ball right to left. That ball is going to be placed at the 27. So officially a gain of 13 on the play. Falcons go with 1 left, 3 right. Ball in the near mark. Delzite with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Albert, finds his way in between the tackles past the 30. Bree spins out of a tackle at the 35, and he picks up the 1st down. Camarion Albert with the 1st down move. Adds a chain mover for Coalinga College, a 10-yard run for the young man from Gulfport, Florida. Good running there by Coalinga College, 2:19 and counting in the 3rd quarter, 21-14, Delta College out in front. Falcons are going to work from their own 37, moving right to left on your screen. Falcons have scored twice. They scored twice in quarter number 2. Looking for their 3rd score of the afternoon. 2 left, 2 right. Albert the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Camarion with the motion. Takes a shotgun snap as Delzite. Delzite airs it out down the far side. That ball is going to be overthrown. Curtis Rogers was in the reach. And on the coverage for Delta College was actually guy who was on the coverage there was Justice Otis, the 6'5" freshman from Lathrop. So 2nd and 10 from their own 37 for Coalinga College. Moving right to left on your screen. 1:54 to play in quarter number 3. 7-point lead for the Mustangs of Delta College. So right now the Falcons looking for a big opportunity offensively. 2nd and 10 from their own 37. 4-man lineman, 4-down lineman for the Mustangs. Takes shotgun snap, swings it out to the left side. Caught by Drake Hughes. Drake Hughes at the 40. Still on his feet to the 45. Pass midfield, and he picks up the 1st down. Picks up 13 on the play. And Drake Hughes moves the sticks. The young man from Olympia, Washington, the former Bear of Olympia High, moves the sticks for Coalinga College. 1:42 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Falcons trying to cook something up offensively. Ball on the near mark at midfield. It's above the L of Delta. 1 left, 3 right. Camarion Albert, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite. Delzite with the snap, hands it off to Camarion, trying to find his way, trudging forward. And he's brought down to the ground by Adrian Williamson, the 6'2" freshman from Stockton, the former Trojan of Lincoln High, with the tackle for Delta College. 1:16 and counting, 3rd quarter, 21-14, Delta College out in front. Falcons right now trying to cook something up offensively. So a pickup of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for Coalinga College at the 47 of Delta College. Coalinga College looking for touchdowns, but you got to pick up first downs. They've done a good job of that in this drive. 1 left, 3 right. Albert the tailback off to the right side of Delzite. Ball placed at the 47. Albert the motion. Delzite throws right side, caught by Curtis Rogers, and he's quickly blown up there. Sam Latier on the tackle. Picks up around 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 for Coalinga College. Ball placed at the 43 of Delta College. Clock is still moving. 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. 21-14, Delta College out in front.
3rd and 3.
So right now, Delta College trying to hold their ground. Falcons trying to convert on 3rd down. 2 twin receivers each side. Albert the tailback off of the right side of Delzite. Fakes the handoff. Delzite finds a hole in between the tackles, spins out of a tackle at the 30-yard line, and he picks up the first down, finds the expressway, and the penalty marker flies in late. Let's see what the call is going to be once again. 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Let's see what the referee will say here. And the head referee, Falcons have had their hands in the cookie jars so far this afternoon in the third quarter. Let's see what the call is going to be from the head referee. And it looks like it's going to go back, and it's going to be on the Falcons. We'll see what the call is going to be exactly. It might be a holding call, but discussion continues between the referees. Let's hear the call.
Holding.
And it's a holding call on at Coalinga College, and that's just a detrimental play and a detrimental penalty for Coalinga College on this drive. This offense finding ways to strike with the irons hot, but once again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back on the 7th drive of the afternoon. Their second possession of the second half, moving right to left. They are going to say 3rd and 9 on the 50, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And we have played 3 in Stockton, and we have a good one brewing between Delta College and Coalinga College. 21-14, Delta College out in front. Final quarter of play from the port city of California. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
We have played 3 quarters in Stockton, 1 more quarter to go from beautiful Stockton, California. Lawrence A. DeRico Athletic Field. Coalinga College trailing 21-14 against Delta College. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network. A pivotal 3rd and 10 for the Falcons, moving left to right as they change sides of the field. Ball on the far mark at the 50. Delzite with a shotgun snap. Fakes a handoff, rolls to his right. Plenty of time. Delzite throws to the right side. That's going to be almost picked off, and a penalty marker flies in late. Justin Delzite on the ground saying, where's the penalty marker for a late push? And let's see what the call is going to be here. Marcus Ruiz was the intended receiver, and let's see what the call is going to be by the head referees. This has been a very flag-happy game so far, so a late hit is going to be on Delta College. The drive continues, so an automatic first down for Coalinga College to begin the fourth quarter. 14:55 to play in the fourth. 21-14 Delta College out in front. The Falcons right now trying to keep the offense moving. If you find a way to keep the offense moving, you've got to keep Delta College off the field as well. That's more important right now. Choose some clock, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. They're going to put the ball at the 35 of Delta College. The Falcons right now trying to cook offensively. Ball on the far mark And we've been talking about the running game. We don't have an update yet for Demarion Wright. He's still on the sideline being checked out by the athletic training staff for Coalinga College. Hopefully he is okay. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the 35 of Delta College. 1 left, 2 right, or actually my apologies. They are going to go 1 left, 2 right. Khalif Bloom with the motion, takes a shotgun snap, swings it out to the right side as Delzai finds going to be a double pass, throws it down the field, caught by Curtis Rogers in the 10, gets himself to the 5. He is in! Touchdown Falcons! It's a double pass play, touchdown, 35 yards, and the Falcons are a point away from tying this one up in Stockton. First time the Falcons have gone into their bag of tricks offensively this season, and it works out a 35-yard double pass play to Curtis Rogers, his first touchdown at 2025. Ernesto Villanueva handling the point after. They're going to rush somebody in now. Extra 9 seconds left on the play clock. Extra point on the south end side of the stadium. 1 second, the snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is going to be automatic. And we have a new ball game in Stockton. 21-all between Delta College and Coalinga College. We'll step aside more after this from Stockton. 14:47 to play in the regulation. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Dillonsy Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
It's a new ball game in Stockton, California. 21-all between Delta College and Coalinga College. It's a 35-yard touchdown pass to Curtis Rogers, his first one of 2025 on a double pass TD. And it's been one of the most competitive games so far for Coalinga College in this 2025 season. Alongside of our camera guy this afternoon, Richard Welch. My name is Brian Welch. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be joining us in a beautiful Stockton, California. Falcons right now ready to kick the ball off with 14:47 to play in regulation. Ernesto Villanueva has the ball on the tee, kicking it off left to right. Swings his right leg into the football, end over end, booming kick. That is going to be taken by, Griffin Jr. Runs to his right to the 20, to the 25. Somebody loses the helmet. That's Greg Hughes. Griffin Jr. with some speed to the 45, 50, past midfield to the 45, runs left to the 40, still on his feet to the 35, and he's going to be finally brought down to the ground at the 29. Jackson Kissy finally brings him down to the ground. But Delta College sets up in big-time situation, and now a lot of Falcons. People lost helmets during that kickoff, and now a Falcon is down on the ground. So 1st and 10 for Delta College, deep inside Coalinga College territory for the 7th drive of the afternoon. So there is an injured Falcon on the field. 14:31 to play in regulation. 21-all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. So they're going to officially mark it at the 29 of Coalinga College, moving the ball right to left. Been a very fun game so far. Delta College scored 21 points in that first half, 14 in the first, 7 in the second. Since then, it's been a big goose egg in that third quarter. And by right now in regulation, the injured Falcon is Akeem Scott, the 5'11 freshman from North Charleston, South Carolina. Limping towards the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. 14:31 to play in the regulation. 1st and 10 for Delta College, moving the ball right to left. 21-all is our score between Delta and Coalinga. Ball on the far mark for Uday Magatha, moving the ball right to left. Ball on the far side. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right. 2 left, 1 right. Falcons going to go with 4 down linemen. Magatha with the snap and a penalty marker before the play. And we'll see what the call's going to be here. Referees huddle up for the call, and Here's the explanation. And a false start on at Delta College. So that backs him up 5 yards. You like that if you're Coalinga College. So 1st and 15 for the Falcons defense at the 34 of Coalinga College. 14:29 to play in regulation. 21 all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Mustangs right now looking to get themselves back in the lead, all tied up at 21 apiece. The Falcons have not been in the situation before yet in 2025. A little trial by fire. 2 left, 1 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of MacArthur. Ball on the far mark at the 34 of Coalinga. Takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the right side, completes it to Troy Davis. Troy Davis gets close past the original line of scrimmage, and he gets to the 22, and he picks up a big gain there. Picks up 12 on the play, so 2nd and 3 for Delta College. Falcon secondary there trying to slow him down on actually the tackle is Kola Coburn, the young man from Honolulu. So they're going to say 2nd and 3 at the 22 of Coalinga College. Ball on the 4 mark. 2 left, 1 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of MacArthur, moving right to left. Ball on the 4 mark. MacArthur gets the snap to him, hands it off to Griffin Jr., runs left, trying to find the edge. Now stops, and he's going to be brought down by Nathaniel Stroud. Ball squirts out late. Falcons have the ball. Falcons get the ball back on the turnover. Nathaniel Stroud forces it out of play, and the Falcons get the ball back. It's Kosuke Nakata with the recovery for Coalinga College, and the Falcons get the ball back, and it's a change of pace in this 4th quarter. 13:41 to play in regulation. What a play right there by the Falcons. Nathaniel Stroud was a heat-seeking missile to Griffin Jr. Wow. The Falcons get the ball back for their 8th possession of the afternoon, moving left to right. 21 all. Falcons looking to get their first lead of 2025. 1st and 10 from their own 26, moving the ball left to right. Falcons right now trying to capitalize. Last offensive series for the Falcons, it was a double pass play to Curtis Rogers for 35 yards. 1st and 10 from their own 26, moving the ball left to right. 3 left, 1 right. Justin Delzite works out of the shotgun. Kamarian Albert, the tailback, off to the left side. Ball on the near mark. Delzite with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Albert. Albert runs right, trying to find the edge of the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 30. Good running there, bringing him down for Delta College. Was the linebacker of Irdro Abuhu, the 6'1 freshman from Stockton, the former Trojan of Lincoln High, with the stop. So that's halfway to go. 2nd and 5 at the 31 of Coalinga College. Or actually, my apologies. 2nd and 6 at the 30 of Coalinga. 13-14 and counting in regulation. 21 all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. 3 left, 1 right. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Albert, the tailback, off to his left side. Takes a shotgun snap. Albert with the carry, shaking and baking. He's going to trip on the surface. So he barely picks up a yard, so it brings up 3rd and manageable, and the turf monster got him there, but Marquise Thomas Gray was in the vicinity of the play. So right now the Falcons on this 3rd down looking to convert. The Falcons have gone to their bag of tricks before, but also they've used Justin Delzite to run it in for the 3rd down as well. 12:38 and counting in regulation. 21 all is our score. 2 left, 2 right. Kamarian Albert, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite. Ball placed at the 32. 3rd and 5. Pressure shown from the far side by Delta College. Delzite on the near side. Motions Kamarian right. Takes the shotguns. Actually, Albert throws to the right side. Caught by Curtis Rogers. Trying to get the 1st down, but he stays in bounds. Bringing him down was Janarius Harris, 6-foot freshman from Portland. And that's going to be enough for a Falcons 1st down. Clock still moving, 12-12 and counting in regulation. And that's actually kind of smart right there by Curtis Rogers to keep himself in bounds because the clock is still moving. You have that 2-minute timeout looming. I know that's going to be happening in at 10 minutes, but just got to keep the clock moving. You got to keep Delta College's offense off the field. 3 left, 1 right. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Albert, the tailback, off to the left side of Delzite. Delzite works from the near hash. Motions Albert again. Takes a shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Delzite dumps it off to Albert. Albert going to try to get some yardage, but he's pushed out of bounds. Pushing him out of bounds was actually We don't have number 2 on our auction match. Gabe Benton, my apologies, a 6-foot sophomore from Stockton. Pushes him out of bounds. Pick up a 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 from the 39 of Coalinga College. Moving left to right. Delta College 21, Coalinga College 21. Clock is moving in this fourth quarter. Under 12 minutes to play. 11:40 and running. Or actually, my apologies. The clock is stopped at 11:41. 3 left, 1 right. Fakes the handoff. His Delzite rolls to his left. Throws on the run. That's caught by Marcus Ruiz. Past midfield. And that's going to be a first down for Coalinga College. The former Rough Rider Roosevelt High moves the sticks, but there's a penalty marker. And 2 players down. 1 Falcon and 1 Mustang. Hopefully they're okay. So the penalty marker is on the field still. So a couple of linemen on the field. Hopefully they're okay. Clock is stopped at 11:33. 21 all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Now head coach Justin Berna trying to have a conversation with the head referee. Don't know what the conversation's about, but both players get up on their own power. The injured Mustang is Iro Bruhu, 6'1" freshman from Stockton. So Joshua Martinez, also the injured party for Coalinga College. It might have been a fierce collision. We did not see what actually happened. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. See what the call is going to be from the head referee. And here's the call. So it's going to be a chop block on Coalinga College. That's going to back up the Falcons even more. 11:33 to play in regulation. 21 all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. Going to put the ball back at the 24 of Coalinga College. First down marker is at the 42. And right now it brings up a 2nd and 18. If you're Coalinga College, you got to find a way to keep that passing game going. Falcons right now moving the ball left to right. Ball on the near mark. 3 left, 1 right. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Camarion Albert, the tailback to the left side. Camarion with the carry, runs right to the 25, cuts left, and he's going to be brought down by Gabe Benton, the 6'1" sophomore from Stockton, California. Picks up a couple on the play. Actually gets to the 29, so picks up 5 on the play. So it is going to be a 3rd and 13 for Coalinga College. Under 11 to play in regulation. 21 all is our score. Falcons looking to convert on 3rd down. 3rd and 13 for Coalinga College. 3 left, 1 right. Ball placed at the 29 of the Falcons. Camarion Albert, the tailback, off to the left side of Justin Delzite, the young man from Henderson, Nevada, trying to lead the Falcons to victory. 21 all is our score. And a timeout taken by Coalinga College as the play clock expires. And we'll take a timeout as well. First timeout burned by Coalinga College in the second half. 10:25 to play in regulation. A pivotal 3rd and 13 when we come right back after this. 21 all between Delta College and Coalinga College. More from Stockton after this. Falcons football, the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality.
It's a 21-21 game in the fourth quarter in Stockton, California. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network. Our camera guy this afternoon is Richard Welch. A pivotal 3rd and 13 for Coalinga from their own 29, trying to keep the drive alive after getting the ball off a turnover from Delta College. 10:25 to play in regulation. 3 left, 1 right. Justin Delzite, who's been the maestro so far for this offense for Coalinga College, stares at a 3rd and 13 from their own 29. Camarion Albert, the tailback, off to his left side. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Ball on the near mark at the 29. Albert the motion. Delzite with the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Throws to the left side. Caught, and it's going to slip out of the fingers of David Dunn. And that's frustrating for Coalinga College. They'll have to send the punt unit out in the fourth quarter. 10:21 to play. The clock did not move. The clock did not move. Still 10:21 to go in regulation. So somebody was asleep at the switch to the left of us, but it's going to bring up another punt for Coalinga College. Their second punt of the second half. So the Falcons cannot capitalize on the turnover from Delta College. Still 21-all is our score. So Ernesto Villanueva ready to punt the ball away at his own 14. The snap and the punt. Nice end over in by Ernesto. Bounces at the 48, and that's going to be taken by the Falcons, by Koa Coburn at the 48, and that's where Delta College will set up shop in the fourth quarter in beautiful Stockton, California. This is a big drive right now for this Falcons defense. They forced the turnover earlier, but right now with 10-12 to play in regulation, Delta has shown that they can run the ball and they can run the clock out, especially with that opening drive in the first quarter. So 1st and 10 from their own 48, moving the ball right to left. 8th drive of the afternoon for Delta College. Uday Magatha has had his moment so far. 21 points have scored by Delta College, all in the first half, and the second half has been a big goose egg. And credit to this Falcons defense holding their own so far. They've given up 40 points in the last two games to FRC and LMC. 2 left, 1 right. Shotgun is going to be for Magatha. Tailback off to his left side. That's going to be Griffin Jr. Hands it off to Griffin Jr. Runs to his right, trying to find the edge. And he's going to shake another defender off, but he's going to be brought down from behind on the tackle for Coalinga College. Julian Zaragoza picks up a couple on the play. Under 10 to play in regulation. 21-all is our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. So a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 from the 48 of Coalinga College. Mustangs offensively have struggled so far. 3 and out, a turnover. I'm going to say the 48 of Coalinga College. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his left side. Ball on the far mark at the 48 of Coalinga. Takes a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff to Griffin Jr. Play action, throws left side down the field. That ball is going to be almost caught and almost picked off. Great job there by the Falcons secondary to read that play well. Damian Cortez, the freshman, playing really well there. And on the cover, actually the intended receiver was Speedy. So a pivotal 3rd down and 6 at the 48 of Coalinga College. And Delta College right now struggling to keep their offense moving. They only scored 2 points in their loss to open up the season against De Anza College a couple of weeks back. Found a way to score 44. Right now the Falcons holding them to 21 points, trying to get off the field. A 3rd and 6 at the 48 of Coalinga College. 9:22 to play in regulation. 2 left, 1 right. Takes a low shotgun snap, hands it off to Griffin Jr. Up the gut he goes. And he barely gets a couple on the play, bringing him down. Brennan Hendricks, the 6'1 sophomore from Stillman Valley, Illinois. First time calling his name this afternoon. And it brings up a 4th down for Delta College. And Uday Magatha is going to have to go into his bag of tricks once again. 9:03 and counting in regulation. 21-all is our score. 4th and 3 from the 45 of Coalinga. Delta College is 1 for 1 so far on 4th down conversions, and the head coach Gary Barlow says we're at the call of the retreat. We're going to bring the offense to the sideline. So a 3 and out for Delta College, all tied up at 21 apiece between the Mustangs and your Falcons. 8:37 to go in regulation. You do have that 2-minute timeout. The Falcons have 2 timeouts to burn. Delta College has all 3 left. And now let's see what the call is going to be here. So they're going to call a timeout. What's going on? So a delay of game call on Delta College. Wow. Nobody was looking at the play clock, and Delta College is going to have to punt the ball away at midfield at the 50-yard line. Back deep for the Falcons is Tyrell Johnson. He stands at his 11-yard line. And this Falcon squad saying, hey, we got to find a way to keep the offense moving, but watch out for a fake. Watch out for that. Hurley with the punt. Stands at his own 36. Direct snap. Going to do a rugby to the left side. End over in. Bounces at the 20, the 15, and it gets to the, actually going to say at the 18. I'm going to mark it at the 16-yard line. Officially the 15, so Coalinga College gets the ball for their 9th possession of the afternoon. Moving left to right on your screen. First and 10 at their own 15. 21-21, Delta College and Coalinga College all squared up in beautiful Stockton, California. 8:21 to play in regulation. Falcons going into their bag of tricks with that 35-yard double pass play to Curtis Rogers. Makes it all tied up at 21 apiece. Falcons right now trying to find some more offense. They work from their own 15, moving the ball left to right. Ball on the near mark. 3 left, 1 right. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Camarion Albert, the tailback, off to his left side. Asks for the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Camarion Albert. Albert going to try to find his way, and he's going to be brought down to the ground. Ball squirts out late, and they're going to say the ball was down on contact. Scooping it up for Delta College was Irdru Obihu. So they're going to say he picked up 2 on the play, so 2nd and 8 for Coalinga College. There is an injured Mustang on the field. And it's actually Fahad Aklad, the 6'1 freshman from Lodi, injured on the field. He's going to get some assistance. And the Mustangs faithful not happy with the refereeing crew this afternoon. So 2nd and 8 from the 18 of Coalinga College, moving left to right on the screen. 8:08 remaining in regulation. This is a big drive right now for Coalinga College. All tied up at 21 apiece between Coalinga College and Delta College. 8:08 remaining. 3 left, 1 right. 2nd and 8 from their own 18, moving the ball left to right. Camarion Albert, the tailback. Off to the left side, actually. Tavares Allen checks in now. Big shotgun snap. Allen with the carry, trying to find his way to the right side, and he's brought down by Janarius Harris. Tavares Allen picks up a couple on the play, and that's going to be a 3rd down and 6, 7:44 and counting in regulation. 21 is our score. Falcons looking to convert on 3rd down. They've done it multiple times this afternoon. 3rd and 6 from their own 19. 3 left, 1 right. Delzate claps his hands once. Allen, the tailback, off to his left side. Falcons right now looking to convert on a 3rd down. 3 left, 1 right. Delzite with the snap, plenty of time. Delzite throws left side, caught by David Dunn. David Dunn, 1st down and more, and David Dunn picks up the 1st down at the 30. Great grab there. It's a pickup of 11 on the play. 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. The clock is still moving. 7:09 and counting in regulation. The Falcons right now in the right spot, all tied up at 21 apiece between Coalinga College and Delta College. So the Falcons right now offensively looking to keep this offense moving. 1 left, 3 right. Tavares Allen, the tailback, off to the right side. Ball at the 30, near that 4 mark. Delzite gets the snap, hands it off to Allen. Ball on the carpet, and Delzite is quick to fall on that one. Fumble on the exchange, but the Falcons get the ball back once again. 6:40 in regulation. The 2-minute timeout looms in Stockton. 21-21's our score between Delta College and Coalinga College. The Falcons looking to keep the offense moving. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from their own 29, moving left to right. 1 left, 3 right. Allen, the tailback, off to the right of Justin Delzite. Delzite works out of the shotgun. Snap to him. Hands it off to Allen. Allen in between the tackles, still going, and he's going to keep himself going. And he's going to be finally brought down from behind on the tackle for Delta College. Was Marquez Thomas Gray, so a 3rd and 11. No gain on the play. At the 29, 5:55 and counting in regulation. Falcons looking for another 3rd down conversion. They are 1 for 1 so far on this drive. 1 left, 3 right. Allen, the tailback, off to the right side of Delzite. Delzite claps his hands once. Now looks to the sideline to see if they want to change the play. The offense is ran by head coach Justin Berna. 1 left, 3 right. Allen, the tailback, off to the right side. Delzite works out of the shotgun at the 29. Now motions Allen. Takes a shotgun snap, plenty of time, throws left side. That's caught by David Dunn. 1st down and more, and he gets to the 45. Great grab there, and it's a pickup of 16 on the play. David Dunn moving the sticks there. The freshman from San Diego makes it a 1st and 10 for Coalinga College. And the Falcons right now keeping the clock moving. 5:16 and running in regulation. The Falcons have that 2-minute timeout in their back pocket. They had 2 more timeouts as well. Delta College has all 3. Falcons trying to develop a drive. The drive has been fun so far. One receiver on the far side, three on the near, out on the tailback to the right side of Delzite. Ball placed at their own 46. Ball near the E of Delta. Delzite with the shock and snap. Plenty of time. Fakes the handoff. Now rolls to his left. Plenty of time. Wants to unload. Throws it deep down the field. That ball is going to be caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Khalif Bloom with the grab. It's a 54-yard strike from Justin Delzite to Khalif Bloom, and the Falcons take the lead for the first time this season. What a play there. 54 yards to Khalif Bloom. So Ernesto Villanueva Rodriguez handling the point after. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is automatic. 4:42 to go in regulation. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front. Their first lead of the afternoon and the season. We'll be back in 15 seconds. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
For the first time in 2025, your Coalinga College Falcons lead in a football game, 28-21. Falcons out in front against Delta College. Brian Welch back with you from beautiful Stockton, California. A 54-yard strike from Justin Delzite to Khalif Bloom makes it a 28-21 lead for your Falcons in this fourth quarter. 4:42 to play in regulation from Stockton, and you like that drive, how it developed, throwing the football. Multiple grabs by David Dunn. A team effort drive right now, but if you're the Falcons defense, you have to get a stop against this Delta College offense. Now, Villanueva with a line drive kick. Griffin's going to take it. He's actually going to let that one roll out of bounds, so that's going to be a kick out of bounds. So 1st and 10 for Delta College at the 35, moving right to left. Here the official wording from the head referee. Now the head referee is they're going to put the ball at the 35, moving right to left on your screen. Delta College had to punt the ball on their last possession. Falcons capitalize on that possession. It was a 21-14 lead for the Mustangs. Now they trail by 7, 28-21. Coalinga College out in front. So they're going to re-kick it. So they're going to ask for the re-kick. You don't see that every day. So they're going to re-kick the football. Ernesto Villanueva is going to stand from his own 30 now. Back deep for the Mustangs. Maurice Griffin Jr. The Falcons so far this afternoon, if you're just now joining us on the Falcons Audio Network, have had 2 touchdowns in the second half. One to Curtis Rogers and one to Khalif Bloom. Falcons found their way to get into the end zone of actually with Camarion Albert and as well as Marcos Ruiz in that first half. But right now, this Falcon squad playing really good with the offense. But right now, special teams they're going to try to keep it going. Now the whistle, Ernesto Villanueva Rodriguez making sure everybody is okay. Gets ready to swing his right leg on the football. That's going to be a low line drive. That's going to be taken by Griffin Jr. Mishandles it. Now has to get to the 21. Now runs the 25 to the 30, 35, and he's still on his feet. Hurdles a man at the 40, past the 45, and he's finally brought down by Jackson Kissy. A touchdown-saving tackle by the former Badger of Yosemite High School. And Delta College is set up for business at the 47 of Coalinga College. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front. 4:33 to go in regulation. And they're going to put the ball at the 48 of the Falcons, moving the ball right to left. And you like what this Falcon squad has done defensively. Abdu Ubde Magatha has had the offense so far, but they've been held scoreless in the second half. The Falcons defense looking to pitch the shutout in half number 2. But right now, with a 7-point lead, the Falcons looking to slow down this offense. Magatha jogs out, and he's going to have Julian Benton, the 5'10 freshman from Stockton, the former Eagle of McNair High, off to his right side. 2 left, 1 right. Ball on the near mark at the 48 of Coalinga. Takes a shotgun snap. Pressure being chased. Now going to throw. And the ball's going to squirt out late. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. Christian Constant brought him down to the ground, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 48. Wow. Constant rocked him in the backfield. And Coach Scheidt, the linebackers coach, very happy about that play. Christian Constant has had a great afternoon so far for the Falcons. So head coach Justin Berna arguing his case with the side judge on the far side, making sure that they're on the same page. So 2nd and 10 from the 48. Delta College going to work 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go in regulation. 1 left, 2 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Benton the tailback off to his right side. 1 second on the play clock. And is that going to be a delay of game? It is going to be a delay of game. The second one of the second half, and the Mustangs of Delta College are going to be backed up even more. Instead of 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15 from the 47 of their own territory. So a sack and an incomplete pass, and now a delay of game. This drive right now looking to, it's been a disastrous drive for Delta College. Late in this 4th quarter, 28-21, Coalinga College out in front. Falcons right now looking to slow down this offense. Magatha and company still scoreless in the second half. They scored 21 points in half number 1. They're going to go 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Benton the tailback off to the right side. Magatha works with the shotgun. Rolls to his right, plenty of time. Pressure, he throws. That ball is going to sail out of bounds, and a penalty marker flies in. What is going on here? So it's 2nd and 15. Let's see what the call is going to be here. He hit him as he threw it. So Troy Davis, the intended receiver. And now let's see what the call is going to be here. So holding on at Delta College. So a sack, that was an incomplete pass, a delay of game, and now a holding call puts the ball at the 37 of the Mustangs. A disastrous drive for Delta College. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front. 4:20 to play in regulation. You had that 2-minute timeout looming in Stockton. And right now, Uday Magatha feeling the pressure right now. This is a team that's 1-1. They struggled against De Anza College to open up 2025. They led from the start, but they trailed by a touchdown. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha out of the shotgun, takes the snap, plenty of time. 5-man rush, being pressured. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Nathaniel Stroud brings him down, and Nakata brings him down for the sack. The Falcons defense prevailing in Stockton. Craziness in the port city of California. They're going to put the ball at the 30 for your entertainment. The first down markers at the 38 of Coalinga College. So it's a 3rd and 22 with 3:46 and counting in regulation. 3rd down, and takes a shotgun snap. Magatha pressured, throws on the left side. That's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver is Trevin Spivey, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. There's a penalty marker again. Deegan Spear has his arms up in the air. And now head coach Justin Berna has his arms behind his back. Not happy with this refereeing crew now. Barking at the side judge at the moment. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be on Coalinga College. So a penalty-riddled second half and a whole entire game to be exact. So to put the ball at the 45. So back and forth we go. So they're going to say, officially they're going to say 3rd and 15 from the 45 of Delta College. Moving the ball right to left. Whistles before the snap. 3:35 to play in regulation. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front against Delta College. The Falcons finding ways to get themselves on the scoreboard. Curtis Rogers with a 35-yard touchdown double pass play, and then Khalif Bloom on a 54-yard bomb, courtesy of Justin Delzite. 1st and 10 now from the 45, so craziness. 3 left, 1 right. Ball on the near mark at the 45 of Delta College. Magatha works out of the shotgun, takes the shotgun snap, plenty of time, pressured, dancing around, rolls to his left, in the pocket collapse, and the Falcons bring him down. Deegan Spear with the sack, and the Falcons bring him back to the 39. A huge tackle there and sack for Coalinga College. Clock still moving, 3:18 and counting in regulation. Craziness in Stockton, the Falcons defense prevailing in the Delta region of California. And right now, Coalinga College saying, hey, we got to keep the pressure going. 2nd and 16 from the 39 for Delta College, moving the ball right to left, 28-21. Coalinga College out in front on this Saturday afternoon. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the side of Magatha. Magatha with the shotgun snap, throws to the right side, throws a dart. That's going to be kind of incomplete. Broken up late. Great job there. Andrew Thompson breaks up the play late. And on the intended receiver was Troy Davis. So 3rd and 16 from the own 39 for Delta College. Clock is stopped at 2:45. You have 45 seconds until that 2-minute timeout. 7-point lead for Coalinga College. Falcons trailed by a touchdown at halftime. They lead by a touchdown late going in the 4th quarter. Delta College has had their moments so far on 3rd down. You can definitely tell momentum has switched from the Mustangs to the Falcons. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha works out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right, moving the ball right to left. 3rd and 16 from their own 39. Takes a shotgun snap. Penalty marker before the play. Definite movement before the snap. And the Falcons are dancing around over there on that far sideline. Let's see what the call is going to be. And it's going to be a false start on Delta College. 2:42 remaining in regulation. 28-21. Coalinga College out in front. So instead of a 3rd and 16, make it a 3rd and 21 now. Ball at their own 34 for Delta College, moving the ball right to left. Ball on the near mark. Uday Magatha is going to work out of the shotgun. Barks in order to his offensive line. 1 receiver on the near side, 2 on the far. Griffin Jr., the tailback, to his left side. Fakes the handoff to Griffin Jr. Magatha going to load. Unloads deep down the far side. That ball is going to sail out of play. Incomplete pass. Great coverage there by Andrew Thompson. And on the cover, the intended receiver for Delta College was Troy Davis. So a 4th and 21 from the 34-yard line of the Mustangs. Clock is stopped at 2:36. And the punt unit's going to roll out for the 3rd time in the 2nd half. The Mustangs offense has sputtered out in Stockton. And greatness so far for the Falcons defense, a defense that has given up 2 40-point games in back-to-back weeks against Feather River College and Los Medanos College. But today, something has clicked. That defense is looking in midseason form. Hurley with the punt, Rugby sail to the right side. End over end punt. That's going to be taken by the Falcons, and they're muff the punt, and the Falcons muff it. Tyrell Johnson wanted to take it on a hop, but Delta College gets the ball back on the muff punt, so it's going to keep the drive alive. Wow. 2:27 to go in regulation. And once the Mustangs thought they were on the mat, about to be pinned, they get somehow out of the jam, and they get themselves 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of Coalinga College. Gonna put the ball at the 33, ball on the 4 mark, moving right to left. Drive continues for Delta College. Delta College going to lead their offense out once again. They've had trouble so far this afternoon in the 2nd half, trying to get themselves onto the scoreboard. Uday Magatha works out of the shotgun. 2 left, 1 right. Clock stopped at 2:27. You have the 2-minute timeout. Magatha swings out to the right side, complete to Davis. Davis going to find a way. He's going to be brought down, upended there. The ball squirted out late. Falcons say they have it. Thompson pushed it out. Penalty markers galore on the far side. And let's see what the call is going to be here. And it has been a crazy afternoon so far in Delta College country in Stockton. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front. Let's hear from the head referee. We have that 2-minute timeout. And craziness so far. A muffed punt by Tyrell Johnson puts the Mustangs back out in front. Put them in deep in your Coalinga College territory. 2:18 to play. And let's see what the official wording is going to be here. So a personal foul on Coalinga College. Automatic first down. That's going to put the Mustangs in that Billings Tire red zone. So the Mustangs get the ball at the 15 of Coalinga College. 2:18 to play in regulation. And this is a big drive right now for Coalinga College defensively. 2 left, 1 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side of Magatha. Magatha with the shotgun snap, hands it off to Griffin Jr., runs to his left, trying to find the edge, gets himself, breaks one tackle at the 10, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Nathaniel Stroud inside the 10, and a penalty marker flies in late. What's going on here? A little bit of extracurriculars on the near sideline. Going to put the ball at the 8, but extracurriculars so far this afternoon. But a game that nobody expected to be this close. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front against Delta College. And a galore of penalties on this Saturday afternoon. Now let's see what the call is going to be from the head referee, who has been a very busy referee. 2:02 to go in regulation. You had that 2-minute timeout, and we've had a crazy 90 seconds so far. Now they're still talking about it. Now we'll get the final verdict from the head referee. After the play, personal foul on Delta College, actually. So that's going to bring up second down, so that's going to be on the Mustangs. That's going to back them up. That works out for your Falcons. 2:02 remaining in regulation. This is a big opportunity for this Falcons defense to stop them once again. They stopped them for a 3-and-out, but a muffed punt by the Falcons special teams gives new life to Delta College. And that is going to be it. The 2-minute timeout in Stockton. What a game we've seen so far on the Saturday afternoon in Stockton. It's your Falcons leading by 7, 28-21. First time they've had a lead in this 2025 season. Can they hold on in the final 2 minutes of this game? We shall see. More after this from Stockton. Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billings Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Final 2 minutes in Stockton, California. 28-21, Coalinga College out in front against Delta College. Brian Welch back with you on the Falcons Audio Network, alongside with our camera guy today, Richard Welch. Final 2 minutes of action in beautiful Stockton, California. Welcome you back to Lawrence A. DeRico Athletic Field. Delta College with the ball once again after that personal foul. They're going to put the ball second, and I'm going to say still second. Down from the 23, moving the ball right to left. Magatha works out of the shotgun. 1 left, 2 right. Griffin Jr., the tailback to his right side. Magatha asks for the shotgun snap. Pressure, throws down the middle. That's going to be caught by Griffin Jr. in between the hashes. Leaping grab, gets the first down, and he picks up the first down. A huge pickup there. 1st and goal for Delta College. They're inside that Billings Tire red zone. Inside the Falcons 5, 28-21. Falcons out in front. And right now, if you're Coalinga College, you have to find a little bit more muster to try to get off the field here. You have to get a stop. Falcons have had the lead so far in this 4th quarter, 150 and running in regulation. They are going to go with a direct snap for Griffin Jr. One receiver takes a shotgun snap, going to fake the handoff. Wildcat, and a whistle before the snap, and a flag goes out. Let's see what the call is going to be here once again. The Falcons found ways to get themselves into the end zone twice, courtesy of Curtis Rogers and Khalif Bloom. Falcons right now still have the lead in hand, but Delta College, which scored 21 points in the first half, still a big goose egg in the second half of scoring. Let's hear from the head referee. So a false start on Delta College. So 1:38 to play in regulation. So they're going to mark that off. So it's going to be, instead of first and goal from the 5, they're going to put it from first and goal from the 10. And you think about how this game has gone on so far, the referees trying to figure out how to spot the ball. So Delta College right now, they had the first 21 points. They had 21 points in that first half, trying to get themselves on the scoreboard in the second half, 28-21. Coalinga College out in front, 1:38 to play in regulation. 98 seconds to go from Stockton. Stay tuned for the Falcons postgame show. Get a chance to look at how the game went down and also pick our offensive and defensive player of the game that gets you ready for next week. Chabot College coming to town to take on your Falcons. And I think they just called a timeout. They know a timeout has not been given yet. And I think that officially they are going to give a timeout. Delta College is going to burn that timeout, I believe. The head referee pointed it to Delta College sideline. Will stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. And what a game we've seen so far this afternoon. Back and forth penalties galore. And somehow your Falcons have had their first lead of 2025, trying to keep that lead intact. 28-21 is our score. And this has probably been one of the best games you've seen so far by your Falcons. Last week the Falcons had moments, but they gave up the big plays. The defense today have limited the big plays, and they need another stop. Right now, deep in their own territory, 1:38 to play in regulation. Delta College going to work first and goal from their 5-yard line of Coalinga College, moving the ball right to left. First and goal from the 5. Magatha's going to work out of the actually, my apologies. Griffin Jr. is going to be there as a Wildcat quarterback. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Griffin Jr. works out of the shotgun as a Wildcat quarterback. First and goal from the 5. Motions a man to the far, the near side. Fakes a handoff. Runs left. And a great play there by the Falcons defense. Reading that play like a book. Great job there. Jackson Kissy on the tackle there. Loss of 2 on the play. Second and goal from the Falcons 7. Clock is still moving. 1:23 and counting in regulation. 28-21. Coalinga College out in front. Falcons defense looking to exchange some players on the substitutions now. 1 left, 3 right. Magatha's going to work out of the shotgun. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to his right side. Barks an order to his offensive line. 4 down linemen for your Falcons. 3 down linemen, I should say. Griffin Jr., the tailback, off to the right side. Magatha takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws on the run. That ball is going to be incomplete. Slips away out of the fingertips of the receiver of John Hunter, the 5'8 freshman from Stockton. Good coverage there by the Falcons secondary. 53 seconds to go in regulation. 28-21, Falcons out in front. And the Falcons looking to ice Delta College. 3rd and goal from the 7 of the Falcons, moving the ball right to left as Delta College still scoreless in half number 2. 28-21, Falcons out in front. The Falcons still searching for their first win of 2025, can taste that victory. 3rd and goal from the 7. 2 left, 1 right. Magatha takes a shotgun snap, plenty of time, throws to the right side. That ball is going to be, it's going to be intercepted. Falcons get the ball back. Christian Constant calls game. Checkmate for the Falcons, and the Falcons are going to win their first game of 2025 of a Christian Constant interception. Craziness in Stockton, and now a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what the call is going to be here. 47 seconds to go in regulation. The Mustang fans going to head to the exits on this Saturday afternoon. Craziness in Stockton. And the non-sportsmanlike conduct called on the Falcons. So Coalinga College gets the ball in this 4th quarter. 47 seconds to go in regulation. 28-21, Falcons out in front. Never say die. Remember the Falcons on this day, on the September 13th of 2025. Falcons are going to go onto the field offensively. Justin Delzite leads the troops out. A complete game put together by this whole entire team. A team effort win is an understatement for this squad. And the Falcons struggled last week. They struggled in the season opener against Feather River College, going up to Stockton as underdogs, and they like the underdog feel. Delzite in victory formation. Delzite under center, going to take the snap, and he's going to take the knee. And a timeout taken by Delta College. Their first timeout taken of the half, 45 seconds ago in regulation. And what a game we've seen so far this afternoon. The Falcons making the trek up to the port city of California on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. The Falcons playing good football. Officially, the Mustangs call a timeout, so that's their first burned timeout of the second half. Stay tuned for the Falcons post-game show. Get a chance to pick our offensive and defensive player of the game. I think we can pick that. I think we know who we might pick for that. But right now, and also stay tuned. We can go through the whole entire game and see how that went down. And Coalinga College, that's all coming up on the Falcons post-game show. Justin Delzite, the young man from Henderson, Nevada, lines up in victory formation, takes another knee, and I think that might just do it. Clock is moving. 38 seconds to go in regulation. The fans of Delta College heading for the exit on the Saturday afternoon. The Falcons prevailing up in Stockton. And the Falcons, for the first time in 2025, they trailed by 7 at the break, and for the first time in 2025, they get a win in this 2025 campaign. They come back to beat Delta College 28-21 in Stockton, California. Your Falcons improved to 1-2 overall on the season. Delta College falls to 1-2 as well. Your Falcons come back to beat Delta College 28-21. A crazy second half from the Lawrence A.D. Rico Athletic Field. We'll break that all down for you. Falcons postgame show coming up after this. Hope you can join us. Falcons pick up their first win of 2025, a 28-21 comeback victory against the Mustangs of Delta College. More after this from Stockton, Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
A perfect way to get your first victory of 2025. Your Coalinga College Falcons get a 28-21 comeback victory against Delta College in Stockton, California. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. And it's your Coalinga College Falcons picking up win number 1 of 2025, a 28-21 comeback victory against Delta College. Also, welcome to the Falcons postgame show. Falcons found ways to strike with the irons hot. They found ways in that second half to keep themselves on the scoreboard, but also a nod to the Falcons defense. That is right, to hold a Delta College scoreless in half number 2 when Delta College scored at 21 points in that first half. Let's take a look at how the game went down in beautiful Stockton, California. Coalinga won the toss and elected it to defer. Delta College got the ball, and they started at their own 46, and that drive resulted in a 3-yard Maurice Griffin running touchdown at 7-0. Delta College out in front. Coalinga College in their first possession of the afternoon started at their own 41, and it resulted in a 3-and-out, still 7-0 Delta College. Delta College in their second possession of the afternoon had a 3-and-out as well, still the same score, 7-0. Coalinga College got the ball back at their own 31 and started it out, but it resulted in a 3-and-out. And then the third drive for Delta College started at their own 20, but it resulted in a 78-yard strike to John Hunter, 14-0 Delta College. Late in the first quarter, Coalinga College got their third possession of the afternoon, started at their own 20. They went into the late part of the first quarter, again in the second quarter, and a 25-yard strike to Marcos Ruiz, 14-7. The score for Delta College out in front. Delta College got the ball back. That was a 3-and-out, still 14-7. Falcons got the ball back, and Kamarian Albert getting his first touchdown of 2025, making it a 14-14 game. As we went in the late part of the first half, Delta College was down to their on the fourth down conversion. They got the fourth down conversion, but they found a way to strike with the irons hot. Maurice Griffin Jr. getting his second touchdown of the afternoon, making it a 21-14 lead for the Mustangs. Coalinga College with their fifth possession of the game in the first half. Got the ball at their own 49. Actually, they got the ball back. They got the ball on a turnover. They turned the ball over, I should say, by running by Demarion Wright, fumbling the football, and Delta College kneeled the ball out to close out half number one. Halftime score was 21-14, Mustangs out in front. To begin the third quarter, Coalinga College on their sixth possession of the afternoon started their own 30. That resulted in a 3-and-out, still 21-14 Delta College. Delta College got the ball back for their sixth possession of the afternoon, first of the second half. That resulted in a 3-and-out, still 21-14. Coalinga College in their second possession of the second half, it resulted in a 35-yard double pass touchdown to Curtis Rogers to tie it up at 21 apiece. And then Delta College got the ball at the 29 of Coalinga College, and they fumbled. They had a turnover, and the Falcons could not capitalize on it as they started their own 26, and that was a 3-and-out, still tied up at 21 apiece. Delta College in their eighth possession of the afternoon started their own 48. That resulted in a 3-and-out, still tied up at 21 apiece. Coalinga College on their ninth possession started their own 15 and marched down the field. A 54-yard bomb courtesy of Justin Delzite to Khalif Bloom, making it a 28-21 lead. The first time the Falcons took the lead away this afternoon and also in the whole entire season. And then Delta College got the ball back. They got it at the Coalinga College 48 at a 3-and-out. And then that next play, a muff punt, made it 1st and 10 for the Mustangs deep in Falcons territory. And how about this? The young man from Jacksonville calling checkmate for the Falcons defense, a Christian Constant INT. Constant finishes the Falcons afternoon with a W against Delta College. And a great job and kudos for the Falcons defense to hold Delta College scoreless in the second half. A 28-21 victory for your Coalinga College Falcons. Great win for the Falcons. They improved to 1-2 overall in the season as Delta College falls to 1-2 on this 2025 season. Pick our offensive and defensive players of the game before we go on the Falcons postgame show. Let's go defense first. Defense gave up 2 40-point performances in the first 2 weeks to Feather River College and Los Medanos College. But tonight and this afternoon, Christian Constant, a great showing by him this afternoon. The 6'2 freshman from Jacksonville calling checkmate late in the game with that interception, and that is a great play by this Falcons defense. We talked about improvement from week 1 to week 2. Week 2 to week 3 is great improvement for Coalinga College. So Christian Constant as our defensive player of the game. Now for the offensive side of the ball. The offense has had its moments so far. They scored 3 points in week 1, 20 points last week against Los Medanos College. But how about this? Think about how this team played, how comfortable this team looked on the offensive side. And a guy who was rattled in the first 2 weeks, looked really composed out there, the 6'1 sophomore from Henderson, Nevada, the former Gator of Green Valley High, Justin Delzite, leading the troops when the Falcons needed a drive, and they found a way to strike with the irons hot, getting a game-winning drive, a 28-21 victory against Delta College. So Justin Delzite, QB1, the former Gator of Green Valley High, is our offensive player of the game. So Justin Delzite's our offensive player of the game. Christian Constant is our defensive player of the game. Falcons going to be back home next Saturday for a 1 p.m. kickoff at Chuck Garton Memorial Bowl. They welcome in Chabot College. We are not going to have the broadcast for you next week, but we are going to have the broadcast for you in 2 weeks as College of the Siskiyous comes down to Coalinga to take on your Falcons. And that's a rematch of last year's overtime thriller at Lemoore High School. Not at Coalinga, but it happened at Lemoore last year to open up 2024. So the Eagles and the Falcons squaring off in 2 weeks. So that'll be our next broadcast on the Falcons Audio Network. A lot of people to thank for the broadcast this afternoon. I'd like to say a special thanks to San Joaquin Delta College and Delta College's athletic department for their hospitality this afternoon. It's one of the best press boxes we've been in so far this season. I'd say special thanks to their hospitality for allowing us to be up in this press box. Also special thanks to Joe Hash and Justin Berna for allowing me to do the broadcast. For everyone here who's put this broadcast together, from our great camera guy, the retired math teacher, his signature wave in retirement, Richard Welch waving to the camera, Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening and afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. Your Coalinga College Falcons come back from behind their first comeback victory of 2025. It's a 28-21 thriller against Delta College. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Falcons football on the Falcons Audio Network. So long from Stockton, and happy Saturday.